It's very good to see you. Right, let's join in here, shall we?
You're serious?
To get in the Roll20 marketplace, yeah.
Crikey.
So
Wow,
they.
that's-
But,
Ta-da!
I mean,
Hello.
Sorry.
Hey,
Hello.
Moshe.
looking at. Oh.
How's
I
it
thought you
going?
were going to check with us before.
Oh, I
He
did.
did.
Sorry.
Sorry, we didn't warn you, Esteni. But...
Yeah, I was not. Hi.
It's alright, I can come back if you'd like.
It's mushy.
I can go away and come back.
No, you're
Yeah.
fine.
We need to emotionally prepare ourselves. For...
It's true.
I was like, wait, I thought I had the stream muted. Oh, wait, he's in here.
Da-da-da. How you guys doing?
Awesome.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah. I mean,
He's wishing he was still in bed.
Yep. Stinker of a headache. I couldn't sleep it off, so.
Oh,
Oof.
sorry to hear that.
that sucks.
I think it might be coffee. I genuinely think I'm now one of those people that has to have coffee or feels crap.
That's...
Oh,
I mean,
I've diagnosed
Drink
myself.
coffee.
I think, doesn't
Drink.
coffee also add to headaches and stuff if you have too much?
Many. Yeah, you got to get the sweet spot. But if you're drinking, because I'm like drinking like 6 a day during the week at work, so I reckon it's causing headaches at the weekend because I stopped drinking coffee. That's
Well,
that's my life story for you.
like actually, as someone who was like on caffeine all the time and then stopped drinking, it does lead to headaches when you stop.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I also use caffeine when I get migraines. I have to
Really?
drink some caffeine because that actually helps to get rid of them.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's actually in like migraine medication and stuff. Yeah.
Oh wow. But you're not a big coffee drinker normally.
Oh no, I don't.
That's just-
really. No.
Oh, interesting.
Uh,
Only 6 a day, says Ark. I know Ark's like 3 liters of coffee a day or something.
It's a lot of coffee.
I've actually, for the first time, bought some caffeine-free tea bags because I quite often want a cup of tea like late at night before going to bed, but don't want
Oh,
the caffeine. So
Yeah. What kind did you get?
it's just PG Tips, which is just a standard brand
mate,
over here.
If you're going caffeine free, get yourself some Rubus.
I don't know what any of that means.
I don't know what that means
Get
either.
Get some Rubus.
Is that some Red Bush nonsense?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's either Red Bush or Rubus or both. I think maybe Red Bush. I think the confusion might be Red Bush as a brand of Rubus.
Right, okay.
But I remember that
Oh.
confusing me back when I used to drink it all the time.
I actually didn't know that.
What's wrong with PG Tips?
Well, you don't want like Rubus is naturally caffeine free, so you're getting like black tea that naturally has caffeine, and then either they're modifying it genetically or they're extracting it.
Really?
Whereas
Probably
Rubus is
extracting it,
naturally
yeah.
probably extracting
But
it.
they're pyramid-shaped bags.
What does that matter?
And therefore,
They swirl around better.
yeah, you can't get that with Rubus. All the standard.
I mean,
square
if you want to
shape.
be real fancy, get some fucking loose leaf tea.
That's true. I could go down that
Oh,
route.
hell yeah.
And I have had some loose leaf, like Chinese black tea before, and I really liked it, but it didn't taste like having a nice cup of tea. It was like a whole different drink.
Yeah.
Was it you, Esteni, that was saying you have some things that like unfold in the
No, that was-
teapot?
That was my mom. She got that for Christmas one year. They're like these tea bundles, and you put them in a glass, like a clear glass teapot, and it literally unfolds into a flower.
Oh.
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
fancy.
It's fancy.
That is
yeah.
fancy.
That's
What are they? I have to remember what it's called. I don't know what it's
Product
called.
description for
It's
PG
called.
Tips says, because they pick the top 2 leaves and a bud from the tea plant, it's same delicious brew but without the caffeine.
Okay. So the caffeine doesn't make it all the way up there.
Maybe that sounds a bit strange.
I don't know. If I...
Hmm.
Here, I'm gonna post it into Twitch chat. It's something like this.
Do-do-do.
Guys, we're like the last. Oh
Ooh.
man, that looks so cool.
That looks super cool. You need the
Bloomin'
cool kettle
tea.
with it as well. Bloomin'
You have to
tea.
You gotta have the fancy teapot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a
Yeah,
little-
it's wasted on a porcelain one where it's just like, trust me,
You,
it's
you can't see. It's in there. It's a flower.
with a nice like knitted cozy
Sure,
over the top of it.
sure.
Covered
we're
up.
like the last generation that's lived through the evolution in teabag shapes. When I was growing up, they were just standard square, bog standard.
Square.
And then they went circular. After that, hold on. And they went circular, and then they went pyramid. Pyramid was that was a leap forward, leaps and bounds in tea technology. And then,
Dude, I've never thought about it this way. You're right. But, like, do you think there's
swirl
going
around
to be
more.
more? Do you think there's
yeah.
going to be like fucking pyramid-shaped like metal things to put just leaves in? Or
Probably.
something?
It must be out there already.
Dude, they have similar, like the what are they called? They're like circles, metal strain
Oh my
circles.
gosh! I just found something that is the perfect evolution for you guys in tea bags. Hold on, I'm gonna post it in Twitch chat.
Da 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 da. Nice.
Oh yeah.
That's what we need.
Hey.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm
That's
sorry,
that's what we all need.
I was looking up tea bags. I Google image searches, and I saw that. I'm like, I gotta share
It's
this.
a dangerous thing to keep.
I mean, it's literally just tea bags and then like a testicle-shaped tea bag. Yeah, that's it. It's normal.
Soon they'll be coming up with like 5-dimensional shapes and all these kind of things.
I've got
3D
some now
the
that
future.
are self-squeezing. You don't need to squeeze them with the spoon. Have you seen
What?
this? Have you heard about this?
How?
Ow!
What does that mean? Oh wait, well you get the
Well,
ones with the
picture like
string
a-
in it that you
Exactly, yeah.
just you use
string
the
and
draw
it's got
string.
instructions. You draw the string and then you twist the string to the side and it squeezes the tea bag and that like squeezes the last drops of tea juice out.
Well, yeah, I've seen the ones again where you get
don't need a spoon.
you get the paper tab with the string attached to it that you can leave dangling out, which you then pull the string and it, strains the tea bag.
That's the one, but you sound a lot less excited about it than
Yeah,
I
I
am.
thought they were pretty. I thought they were pretty standard old things.
I think of the amount of spoon washing that you're no longer having to do.
I have a dedicated tea and coffee spoon that I just kind of rinse off and only wash every couple of days. It's just water and tea. It's not.
I use the string and I wrap it around the bag.
I actually, if I'm making tea, this is a very in-depth tea conversation. If I have a cup of tea, I just leave the bag in the cup. TBH.
You animal.
But then you overbrew it.
No,
it
it
gets
just gets stronger and stronger.
It
It's
gets
not.
bitter and bitter.
No, the
Yeah.
heat makes it bitter. It'll just get
Ah.
stronger.
No.
But it also keeps the tea warmer for longer. And I don't know why that is. There's probably some reason for the materials hold the heat better than the liquid, I guess. Alright. I'm sorry. I regret saying it. I feel bad for myself. Orixon leaves the bag into. There you go. See?
But you get
Smart.
to peak perfect strength, perfect brewing intensity, and then it just gets downhill from there.
Nah. Just get
You
stronger
want
and
to
stronger.
get to the perfect point and then stop.
I'm sorry, I'm with Derek on this one. Normally I don't pick sides in these.
Look, Astani, it's tea. It's fucking important.
Exactly.
Alright?
This is, again...
Opinions matter.
Yeah, see, again, for the Brits, and it's becoming more and more a thing in America, I think, tea drinking, but obviously it's the bedrock of our entire society, drinking tea.
I think we had a long time where we were like, fuck you guys,
Yeah.
fuck tea. We're never gonna drink tea again,
Yeah.
just dump it all in the water. Fuck you.
Symbolic, yeah.
Yeah.
And now it's like, yeah, you know what, tea's not bad. Okay, we can do some tea.
I wonder if any Americans like buy tea bags just to shoot them with their guns and just like take that, redcoats.
I bet there
No,
is.
that's an amazing thought. I love
Very
that.
long
There has to have
grudge.
been one person that's done that, unironically. Sometime.
I will say, I've always drank tea though because I don't like coffee.
I didn't get into coffee until I was, my early 20s, I guess, which, was like 30 years ago. But I think I've said it on stream before. I always hated everything coffee flavored. And then I spent a weekend watching Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, the Jerry Seinfeld's thing.
Ooh.
And I watched
Ooh,
the film Coffee and Cigarettes the same weekend, which is lots of short films of like famous actors, musicians, just having conversations drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes. And the next day at work, I went into the office and I was like, I have to have coffee. I need it. And then I've never stopped drinking coffee ever since. I don't know why. It just suddenly, maybe the ritual of it, or the history, or some bullshit about drinking coffee won me over, and I ended up just really liking it.
Or you just saw a cool person doing it.
Yeah, I tried to be
You're
cool.
like, I want to
yeah.
be cool too.
I want to be all black and white and hang out with Tom Waits and have a cigarette and drink coffee.
Oh, that's a good one. Do you mean the Iggy Pop, was it?
Yeah, and not Catherine Hepburn. Jesus, what's the Australian actress lady that was Galadriel in Lord of the Rings and all that?
I don't remember.
Or was she New Zealand?
Well,
I literally watched that yesterday and I can't remember.
Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett.
Yeah, her as well. There's loads of people in it. It's well worth a watch. It's just called Coffee and Cigarettes. Lots of short films. Very cool. Very cool.
I watched the extended director's Fancy Lad cut of Fellowship of the Ring yesterday.
Yeah.
3
Oh.
hours.
Yeah, man. What you need to do is watch
Awesome.
all the extended ones back to back. It's
How long would that take?
about 14 hours. It's
I
brilliant.
mean, that could be done.
Oh, it's so good. I love it. I love the extended versions. The second one I feel is a bit of a struggle, but the third one I think is the best.
I couldn't think what they cut.
Oh,
I couldn't, because I've never seen it before. I couldn't notice any scenes that just seemed like, oh, you didn't need that.
did you notice the new stuff though?
Hour. There was a couple. There was one scene at the beginning which was a bit weird, where they just left or were leaving the Shire, and then there was like a procession of wood elves, and they were like, the wood elves are leaving. This makes me
Yeah,
really sad."
that's a big thing in the books,
that was a
I
new
believe, or the first book.
Yeah.
I
But
don't think
yeah,
I
otherwise it was
remember.
an amazing 4-hour film. Like, they could have made that like a 6-film series. Easily.
Yeah, I mean they stretched the Hobbit into 3, I suppose. They could
I
have.
don't know that they should have.
No, but apparently not. Again, I haven't read it, but I know that was one of the big things people didn't like about it.
Yeah, it's the issue with that though is like it's one book, right?
Yeah,
So it has
and it's just a small
the
like kids
art-
book as well, isn't it? I think.
I don't know about that. Probably is, but anyway, it has the story arc of one book. But to stretch it into 3 movies, they had to make kind of almost like these artificial arcs,
Yeah,
so that each movie ended in a satisfying way. But it didn't make sense for the book, you know, because it's still one story. Whereas with the Lord of the Rings, it was 3 books, so they were like it worked for that because it was a fucking trilogy.
yeah,
Sorry.
exactly. Yeah, I think they moved like the dragon at one point, and they changed the storyline around, and yeah, they're coming out with a Tolkien movie. Yes, I have seen that with that actor playing Mr. Tolkien.
Oh, what?
I have
Hold
not
on.
seen this.
Yeah, it's a bio of him, but I've heard that the Tolkien estate have said that they don't want anything to do with it because they don't agree with it, and they've missed lots of stuff and have invented lots of stuff, etc. So it'll be similar to Bohemian Rhapsody, I guess, that they've kind of cherry picked bits and they're just shoving the film out there.
Yeah.
But hey ho, keeping the doggo well fed. She is. She's chewing on her leg at the moment. What is
I
wrong?
mean, that's well fed, right?
Yeah.
Right?
It doesn't appear that we have an RJ.
Well,
No.
How odd.
you know what? He's so like standoffish. I won't even tell the difference.
Like,
I'm sorry.
I mean, that's some shade.
We could just say that his character's decided to go somewhere, do some shopping or something.
I mean, he could just fuck off somewhere. Yeah, I mean, it would be a character. I'm sorry. He's not even here, and I'm throwing this shade. I'm so
No.
sorry.
We'd say it to his face.
That's true. I would.
Yeah. Oh, Derek. I learned an amazing German word today.
Okay.
Have you heard of a Salatschleuder?
Salad something?
If you were to literally, just translate it literally, it could mean, salad catapult.
What? That's amazing.
Oh, is it like... does that mean tossed salad?
No, it's like the thing that you put salad in to dry it. Which
A salad spinner.
Yeah.
Nice.
Salad
With
spinner.
salad catapult. That's
Salad
amazing.
catapult. Of course, that's vastly inferior to the salad trebuchet, but we won't go down that.
I feel like that's a restaurant concept right there. Like kind of a central, like sushi island sort of thing, but you just stand there with your mouth open and then they just launch like catapult or trebuchet salad.
Oh,
at
that's
your
like
face.
when they shoot what is it, sake into your mouths in those
Yeah.
restaurants, but instead it's,
exactly.
they're shooting salad at you.
Well, they could do that with the dressing. So once some piece of like lettuce lands in your mouth, they
You
fire
open
the
your mouth and
dressing
you
at
like
you.
you get shot
It'd be
with
a
a
messy,
vinaigrette.
a messy affair for sure.
What would be the best food for catapulting? Because I feel like salad potentially. I mean, like little cherry tomatoes potentially, but
Meatballs.
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 A
Yes.
meatball
Yes.
smack in the face may not be that good.
Yeah, just for the comedic value of getting hit in the face by meatballs.
I know, because then it would like squish a little bit, because it'd be and you get sauce dripping down your face. It'd be great.
My beard as well would suffer, I assume.
I mean, you could just tent your beard and catch the meatballs.
True.
Oh yeah.
I just
Close
like
straps.
gel it all to make a cone going towards my mouth.
It's like a funnel. It's a
Yeah,
funnel.
exactly. We need to invent this. We'll be millionaires.
Uh,
I think that's the worst thing about being an adult is like how infrequently I have food fights now. It really used to be all the time when I was a kid.
Have you ever? You've actually had a food fight? I've always dreamed
Yeah,
of
dude,
having
I
a
have
food
three
fight.
brothers, so we were on the regular weekly.
But literally,
I-
throwing food at each other, like just picking it up and throwing it.
Yeah.
That's
I threw a cheeseburger at my brother once. That's the closest.
sacrilegious.
I was really mad at him. And so I threw
Man.
a burger at him.
I threw a
Then
Game
you
Boy at
had
my
a
sister.
burger and you no longer had a burger afterwards.
I know,
true.
but
Yeah,
it was
no.
better that than a knife. I was really
Well,
pissed off.
probably, yeah. I think it's Hook, the film Hook. Just again, I just wanted that food fight they all had when they got the food going.
Well, that takes imagination.
I threw a Game Boy at my sister.
Ooh, I bet that hurt.
Yeah, I think it did. It was a mistake.
Should have thrown a burger at
I
it.
was threatening to do it, and then I just let go, and it just end first just went and hit her right in the forehead.
Ooh,
And it
that
was
sounds
the
painful.
original Game Boy, which was like a brick.
Oh yeah, totally. I had it.
God damn it!
Oh.
One day.
She survived, right?
No, she
This is-
died. I had to bury
Oh.
her. I buried her with a load of copies of the ET game that went missing.
Okay. Yeah, just don't leave the house. You know, just stay where you are.
For no particular reason,
reason.
or anything. I mean, because we're gonna play D&D. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, how's that for a segue? Shall we do some D&D?
I guess so.
Sure, we'd like. I mean, how long are we going to wait for?
Well, I mean, we haven't heard anything since yesterday, I guess, was the last
he told
thing
me
he said.
yesterday that he should be. Yesterday he said should be around. Should be,
Should be around.
which doesn't mean 100% definite, but
No.
we can. I mean, he can jump in if he's just running a bit late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, if not, I suppose we have got the NPC lady with us. Potentially.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't
I
know.
am just going
He
to
has a name.
like eat all the food I have in like a minute. All right.
All right.
And then I'll be with
I thought you meant in game, and I'm like, don't do that. We have to ration it, my dude.
No, like come on. No,
You're
I
like,
wouldn't
you're
do
gonna
that.
spend all your money on eat all your rations. Are
Never.
you trying to die?
Yes.
Speaking
Sure, I was going to say, if you really are desperate to do a food fight, you've never done one in real life, you could totally do one in game. But what a waste of rations!
Oh yeah, that's true.
I know, right?
Maybe when
Like,
we've
at
got
least-
a big bust of gold and stuff, and we go back to the city, and maybe if me and Dusk have another drinking competition, that we can start a food fight.
Or if we get to Kier Sabal and they throw a celebration to welcome you back.
Oh shit! Kiss a ball. Do you think it's a welcome back? Do you think that's where
I
it's
think
from?
it'll be like, hey, brother. Unless they're going through some shit and then you have to fix everything.
God, I don't know
They
what
might
to
be
expect.
going through some shit and you're gonna have to fix everything. They might all be dead. What if they're all dead?
Oryxon had a biscuit covered in gravy. thrown at him.
The American style. Yeah, of course. Of course, yes.
No, it's
Not a
a
digestive with some.
No, it's a digestive
Vista
covered
on it.
in gravy. Wait, you don't do that? You don't do that in the UK?
To be honest, that doesn't sound so bad.
It sounds
weird?
weird. Yeah, it sounds
If
weird,
you
but
took a
I'd try
digestive and dipped it in Bisto or Bovril or something, wouldn't
Just
that be okay?
it. Fucking pre-made gravy. What's wrong with you? Gee,
Excuse me.
you've got to make it out of the roast juices and add some flour and gravy brownings and all
Okay,
that
so
stuff.
here's what you're gonna do.
That's the
You're
only
you're
way.
gonna crumble some digestives, mix them with herbs and seasoning, and you're gonna stuff a roast with that. You're gonna cook it, and then you're gonna make gravy. And then you're gonna dip
would
digestives
literally
in
be amazing. I'm fairly sure.
that.
I'm trying to
I don't know
decide. I can't. I'm just trying to decide if just dunking one in a cup of gravy would work. It probably would. It would be weird because it's got the sweetness of the digestive, but then the awesomeness of the gravy.
Gravy makes everything better, is the thing.
It's weird. You guys have a different world of gravy. Gravy
It's
over
so
here is
good.
pretty much only with roast dinners or like sausage and mash, onion gravy. Man, sausage mash and onion gravy is the greatest thing in the world.
I've never
yeah.
had
Bangers and mash.
it.
I can remember many years ago with my dad, we decided one time to make the cartoon style one where we actually had like a mound of mashed potatoes with sausages just sticking out of it in all directions,
Oh,
and then just
I
poured an
need to look this
entire
up.
jug
So
of
you said
onion
it's called
gravy over the
bangers
top.
and
damn, that sounds
It
amazing.
was so good. I guess just sausage and or bangers and mash like pile, bangers mash pile.
That's the sort of thing that you take with you to your grave. Like if you have that once, you're never forgetting about it.
And it's so quick and easy to make.
Oh my
Oh.
goodness, this one just sticking straight up out of the mashed potatoes.
That's exactly the kind of thing. Oh my god, this is almost the exact picture. It may be the same one that you've found. I'll put it in the chats.
Yeah.
Check
post
that shit
it, I
out.
need to see it. Oh my goodness.
It was pretty much exactly that.
Oh,
I don't know how I feel about that.
It looks so British. Look, and there's some Visto in the background and a glass of wine.
yeah.
But then, but you need like an entire bucket of onion gravy with that as well.
Okay.
That's a single portion, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, that yeah. Okay.
So you ready for an adventure? Mushed love, mushed love.
Okay. By the way, hi, I'm back. And
Welcome
in
back.
about half an hour,
Oh.
I'm going to have to take a break for bio because I just drank a lot of water as well.
Wee wees. Sorry.
Someone start a stopwatch for Snow's bladder, please.
Yeah.
Hold on, I got this.
I want to know the time, all right?
Why does
Stopwatch
everything- what?
online.
Why aren't my emotes working?
Start.
Have I unsubscribed from myself?
I see them.
Oh, everything's
Yeah.
fucked. God damn it! I don't understand the Twitch these days. Like they alter things on a daily basis. Have you all got the thing now when if you open a new stream, it's automatically got a muted thing in the middle and says click to unmute?
Yes.
That's new, right?
I don't think I've seen that.
That's the thing
I
now.
get that
Just
on
if I open
Twitch.
in a new tab, there's a little thing comes up in the middle of the screen saying click to unmute, and if you don't click it in the first few seconds, it just stays muted, and then you have to click the actual soundbar.
Oh, maybe I haven't noticed that because I'll like start up a stream and then I open up a different tab, and I'm like, wait, why can't I hear it? And I go back in.
Oh yeah, maybe. But yeah,
Mm.
so many little things. It helps if you spell things correctly. I beg your pardon. Mushy?
Mushy
Because you do
love.
mushy tea love.
Oh, the
It's
first
love.
one, yes. Thank you, the other seal, by the way. It's good to see you. Hello, hello.
I feel like it's mushy tea love.
Love.
without the E.
Mushy tea love.
That would have to be a U. You should change it to LUV.
Yeah, I could do that. I was thinking of doing something different, and for the
You should
the
make them all
$24.99 one.
properly British.
Proper British. But yes,
Okay, D&D.
D&D. I guess so. We've given
D&D.
him a
At least we're
bit,
doing a
bit of
podcast
quarter an
now,
hour.
and I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
We should
I
fucking
mean-
do it. But anyway,
Sure.
like, it says me can not even stream more than once a week these days. It seems. Anyway,
Quick
Well,
recap.
I guess so. Do you have something prepared, or should we just talk through it, or?
I don't, so let's.
I was going to write a little, like, this week we did, but then...
Court of Swords does a video every week, it seems now.
Oh, really?
Yep, they do.
They show it on stream? Or...
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
High effort, right? High production value. I guess maybe they have somebody do it.
Well, yeah, they've got so many people working on it.
Hired to
and
do
They've
it,
got,
but
they've
then
got staff.
many thousands of dollars and stuff, yeah.
They've got money, they got staff, they got Adam to read it, and it probably only takes him like 2 minutes to record it.
I mean, the other thing with that is they've probably got people that will write it, just fans that would be like, oh, this is exactly what happened, blah, 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 and write out a beautiful thing for them just to read out.
Yeah, he says it's a bit like George R.R. Martin. He says like the fans know more about the world than he does sometimes.
That's true.
Like remembering, oh wait, wasn't that a connection to this thing that happened 2 seasons ago?
It is now. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well,
right.
So we started last time on Tomb of Annihilation. We started in Baldur's Gate only for a glimpse. As you guys met up, you had your own different reasons to want to go to Chult. And fortune had it that Syndra Sylvain was also looking for a group of adventurers to go to Chult. So I guess you all have your own reasons to be there, but that was like give you a bit of extra gold. You might as well 2 things at the same time. So she asked you to go to Chult to investigate something called a death curse, which is over the last just very new phenomenon. But it's got a lot of magic users and adventurers quite worried. So for the last couple of weeks, nobody's been able to do resurrection magic. And people that were previously resurrected have been essentially wasting away, including Syndra. So she told you guys that her contacts in the Harpers had tracked the curse to Chult, the peninsula of Chult, not an island, actually. And said that it was connected, they think, to an artifact called the Soulmonger, and that's about all they know. So she teleported you guys to Chult, where you met Watkanga Otamu, who's one of the 7 merchant princes that runs the city. Big trader, loves to trade. And he gave you a side quest or 2, I think. Then you guys stocked up. You got yourselves pissed in the pub. Passed out, a couple of you.
Don't know what you're talking about.
And you hired Azaka Stormfang as a guide to take you into the jungle. And she told you that Arakokra, who are the people to which Dekek belongs, although he's never been to this part of the world before. She told you that there's a city of Arakokra called Kirsabal, and on the way to it is Firefinger, which she wants to go to recover a wooden mask that was stolen from her. So, shall we maybe just do a quick recap of your characters?
Hey, Jazz.
And
How you
then
doing?
we can crack on.
Thank you very much for the host. How you
Who
doing?
wants to go first?
Well,
you go for it.
See, there once was a sorcerer, a divine one.
Thank you
who
again, Jazz. It's good to see you, and hello everyone.
Essentially
Hey,
got
Jovi.
this group together and is now totally leading this group into the jungle.
Uh-huh.
I am a changeling, currently in the form of a human.
Secret changeling.
Yeah, we
Secret
don't know
changeling.
yet, do we? Wait, who doesn't Emeralds have an inkling that or
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah, Emerald did an Arcana check last time because Dusk would Emerald. Excuse me. Dusk was trying to show off and changed into a woman, but was trying to make it look like Dusk was using minor illusion. So Emerald, like with an Arcana check, knew that the spell wasn't used, so kind of knows that something shifty was up, I think, but maybe no more than that. And didn't really say anything about it in a very immoral way, so you guys don't, I think, know.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention probably, so.
Dirk, could you possibly... Damn, I was going to just say, could you just leave the conversation, please, Derek? But no, could you leave and rejoin? Because
Wow, Mash.
your name isn't coming up on the overlay thingy and for some reason. Everyone
Okay.
else's is. So I'm just wondering if... just get out of here,
Just
Derek.
kick him out. Like,
Jesus.
Derek, just get out.
Yay, it's worked. Nice.
Yay.
Oh, cool. That's good. At least people will know now. But don't talk, though, Derek. We don't actually want you to talk or anything.
I see how it is. I'm just here to put the monsters there for you to stab.
Snow, could you leave the conversation, please?
This is a single player game now.
I think you broke him.
Yeah, we've killed him.
broke him.
Rip Snow. Oh dear.
Oh god. You just killed me. Oh my god.
Well, we fixed it.
Do you need me to do anything, or is it working?
Oh no, it's all good.
No, it's all
all
good.
good. Just wanted to
Okay,
get
He
Mr.
was
awesome.
Dirt
just
back
making
in.
fun of you.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I'll go next. Because I feel like since it's your show, you should go last, so you can round everything up.
Oh
Anyway,
shit.
so yeah, thanks.
Production.
Okay, so I am playing Lily. Definitely not a fugitive from Evermeet. Definitely not. I'm totally not running from things. I'm playing a rogue. I feel like I'm the one holding the group together. Sorry, Dusk.
Wow.
I mean, you're
bit
right.
bit practical. Got a good heart, but I don't really care too much about following the rules, so to speak. And I'm a little bit strange because I'm from another country.
Okay. Strange.
Oh, and I'm an elf.
I'm not a gnome. Sorry. I wish I hadn't said that either. God damn it. Good. I am DKek. Wait. What's going on?
Did you forget what your character was?
No, suddenly everything went silent, and I thought I wasn't talking, or I'd muted or deafened or something. Sorry.
No,
You
we're
just
just
had a
letting you
stroke.
No.
speak.
It's just weird. I didn't. Sorry.
I think,
When it's your
Sorry,
turn to
Neil.
talk, it's silent when you don't talk.
yeah, I think you're just not used to
I
like
just-
everyone being silent.
I just.
We can heckle you while you talk if you like.
Yeah, heckle me. I need constant.
DKEX sucks.
There we go.
Boo.
That's good. No, it's fine. I love it. Yes, I'm DKek.
Kick's the best.
Wait, what? I is an Aarakocra or Aarakocra. I heard you saying Dirk. Is it Kokra? I've been saying Aarakocra because cock. And also because of it being a bird, I thought it was cock, like a chicken. But anyway, I haven't really revealed that much, I guess, at this point. Well, none of us have, but I just wandered to Baldur's Gate and wanted some passage to Chult because I'd heard potentially that there were people like me there, and I didn't really have anywhere else to go, and I didn't have anything, so I'm just kind of going through the motions at the moment, and I'm an old bird bastard with clipped wings, and I'm old as fuck. That's pretty much it.
Marvelous. Okay, well, the curtain lifts on our bold but still somewhat fragile level 1 heroes, leaving Port Nyanzaru, I believe, and taking their maiden voyage into the jungle. So, what are you guys saying to each other as you're walking? So you're walking. It's kind of, you can see on the player map. You're kind of it's a little open, like kind of grassland sort of area near the coast, and then you see maybe 15 miles in front of you the start of the jungle proper, where vegetation gets very, very thick. It's a lovely day, sun shining. It's kind of mid-morning at this point, I guess. It's already like 23 degrees and promising to get much, much hotter during the day. But because it's like a rare clear day, there's like a steam of humidity coming off the jungle, evaporating, and you guys are heading towards it.
Before we say anything. What mechanically? What do we do about Immoral? Or do we?
I was.
Sorry.
I suppose he's with you and will act in fights. I'll have his character sheet unless anybody wants to play him, use the character, because I'll be doing Azaka and stuff. That would help me actually.
I feel like it's like it makes sense for one of the players to take over.
Yeah, let's do that. I'll roll a d3. So 1 is Snow, 2 is Astani, 3
Wait,
is
what class is he?
He's a Hexblade Warlock.
Hexblade Warlock.
We all know how to play that.
And
I don't.
yeah, you guys know fairly well at this point.
I'm already
so-
confused just on being myself.
Astani, you're up.
All right.
Are there any
do you have
secrets?
access to a sheet? Oh,
Is-
you did.
Are there any secrets on his sheet that she shouldn't see, or does that not matter?
Oh,
I just clicked past it. I'm not going to read anything
Cool.
but his stuff.
That's fair enough.
and the answer's no. Anyway, so no worries.
Cool.
All right, Elder Arms of Hadar. Ooh, that's fancy. Hold on, I gotta read that spell.
Oh, and Jesus, I'm so sorry for asking another thing, but we decided, right, with the food, we can survive 3 days without eating and then eat a ration on the 4th day to cancel it out again, right?
Plus Constitution mod, right?
Oh yeah, 3+ con mod. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I could go 4 days and then eat something. So I've technically got like.
You have to do half rations, right?
I thought
Yeah,
it said
but
you could eat nothing.
Oh, right. You can
Wait,
stretch.
didn't I?
You can stretch half rations. That's right.
I thought it just said a half ration counts as a half day without eating, as if that adds to your not eating.
Yeah. Eating half a pound of food a day counts as a half day without food. So you could go 4 days, eat half a ration, and then eat an entire ration.
Yeah. So again, I think I've got a good couple of weeks worth, I guess, with 10 rations. Or whatever. Anyway, sorry, that doesn't really matter. I just wanted to double check.
All right. Sorry. Did you ask a question, Derek?
You guys are heading towards the jungle. Are you saying anything to each other? What's the mood in the group like?
Probably hungover.
Yeah.
I would be having chipper conversation with Azaka about what we're going to expect on the way there and that sort of thing.
I am
Okay.
just like walking hangover, and I'm using prestidigitation to just make my cloak billow all the time.
Just to look cool.
Yes.
How
So,
about DK?
any initial advice for us? This is the first time I've ever been in any kind of jungle like this, or well, any wooded area. Any tips or tricks to start?
Keep your wits about you at all times. The one day that you stop paying attention every moment could be the day that you die.
Oh,
Assume everything wants to kill you.
even
And,
you,
not me. Everything except me, and I assume your friends.
Lily?
Is probably trying to
Are
kill
you
you.
trying
in
to
each-
kill me?
Not yet.
Hmm.
So don't do anything stupid. I just smile.
I just keep my eyes on everyone. You guys watch in all directions, and I'll watch you. Hmm.
How do we know you're not going to try
Ah.
anything stupid?
Okay, can we not do this paranoia thing right now?
Sorry. I'm sorry. I was a little on edge after testing out my magic earlier, and Emerald's being upset about it and think I was going to set the whole forest on fire. It's fine.
So Azaka's like squinting at the group of you and is like, "Are you always like this, or have you haven't just met, have you?"
Well, see, we've
Yes.
met a couple of weeks. Oh, god damn it.
It's true. Yes, we're new, but we've bonded, I guess.
And you're not worried that one of you will slit the other's throats in the night and steal all your gold?
I look at
Well,
No, we're
Emerald.
gonna.
I'm not sure about Emerald, but I kind of like look and try to just see if there is even a reaction.
Emerald keeps walking and kind of scowls your way mysteriously.
Perfect.
Can we coat him
So-
in mud or something so he doesn't stand out as much?
Emerald kind of dusts does the dirt off your shoulder gesture on his enormously heavy, shiny armor. He actually looks a little bit warm, but he's trying desperately not to show it.
Oh, we're gonna rip him to pieces with not being here.
I look at Izaka and I say, we all have our own reasons for being here, and it doesn't involve screwing each other over, especially because we know, and I look at the other two, well, all three of them, I guess, that survival out here is going to depend on us all working together. Right, boys?
Yes?
Yes, and that's exactly why we are in a group now.
Well, more combatants, the better chance we have of survival.
Now, I see on the map that we're approaching this freaky area. Is this just what the jungles are like? Are we just constantly battling against just death?
It seems to be these days. I have no idea what caused it. When I was younger, it wasn't this way, but yes, like I said, be prepared for anything. And, well, I hope you have a strong sword or something, and also a strong stomach.
Hmm.
When did all of this start? This whole death thing?
Well,
death
I
curse-
feel like death has been part of this universe for millennia now.
Dusk,
No.
shut up. You know what I'm talking about.
Even I know what
Okay.
she was referring to.
I'm sorry,
Sort that hangover out. Stop billowing your coat.
Alright, fine.
Use your
And,
magic
like,
to fix your brain.
I walk forward and I touch Emerald's armor if he lets me. And I say, well, you look kind of warm, and I am going to use prestidigitation to cool his armor instead.
Oh.
For
cool.
1 hour.
How much material can you affect with prestidigitation?
Pop it
I
in chat.
can
I was going to say, isn't it like a
up to 1
3-foot cube?
cubic foot.
Oh, 1 foot.
One
cubic
cubic
foot.
foot. Yeah.
So you can make, I bet no, I bet you could bundle up his armor into 1 cubic foot.
Is that kind of what it means? Like, if all the armor was crushed together, if that was less than a foot, you could do it, even though it's now bigger than a foot space.
I mean, you could condense anything, right? You could condense a planet into an inch cube.
Well,
Yeah.
yes, but you'd get a big
I
black
think
hole.
we're talking about at reasonable pressures.
At atmospheric pressure. Well, let's assume everything is at atmospheric pressure.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Unless stated otherwise. So you can probably cool one square in the. Just pick the hottest looking part of him, I guess, and then cool that.
Yeah, his groin. I am not touching that though at this point. No, okay.
Dusk walks up and cups Emerald's groin, and it turns to frostiness.
Yeah, but
He doesn't seem to mind.
Blue balls.
Okay, I'm sorry.
yeah, and I'm going to also put a hand on myself, do the same, and kind of look between Lily and DK.
I have armor on, and I don't think DKEK does.
I've just got my nice flowy cloaky.
Lily, if you don't mind. And I'm going to do the same for you. Not in the groin, probably.
Yeah, if you start going for the groin, you're gonna get punched.
It's like one of those good hustle moments, you know, the coach when everyone's running past, butt slaps
Slap your
everyone.
ass. Azaka, you say you were born in the jungle.
That's right.
May I ask whereabouts, and have you ever spent much time out of the jungle? You live here permanently? What's your story, if I may ask?
I have always lived in the jungles for most of the time, but of course I make use of civilization. I prefer not to stay there too long, though. I just feel more comfortable.
Did you have a particular settlement or anything, or were you just a bit of a nomad?
I've always roamed.
Well, I mean, you've survived quite a while, it seems.
That's right.
Always alone?
And her look darkens significantly, and she says, "No, not always."
Oh.
And she she takes a few like slightly faster steps, kind of leading towards the jungle, but getting a little bit out of conversation distance
I
at that
think I
moment.
said something wrong there. I need to hold my tongue.
Well,
I jog after her, and I change the subject back to what we were talking about before everyone went weird.
Yeah.
And I said, so you were going to tell us about when these undead things started coming back.
Oh, yes. Well, I can't remember exactly, but like I said, when I was growing up, it didn't seem so much of a problem. I mean, occasionally there was some small breakout, but nothing like now. And it seems to be getting worse and worse in recent years. But this has been for a long time now. I'm not sure how connected with this death curse you mentioned it is, if that's new.
It certainly seems to be. All right, we'll keep our wits about. Won't we, boys?
What?
We'll keep our wits about us, won't we, boys?
Oh, yes. Sorry, I was distracted.
Steel yourselves. The undead, they still die if you give them a good enough stab.
I don't really have any stabbing implements. I mean, I've got a small knife. And I just take out my little pocket knife.
I am pretty sure you can just burn them up as well, right?
Oh, good. Oh, yes, I can do things like that.
That should work.
Hurrah!
Perfect.
So the morning and the early to mid-afternoon passes fairly uneventfully. You're cheerfully skipping through open areas, chatting away, getting to know each other, comparing war stories, etc., cooling each other's groins. So as it's becoming late afternoon, you begin to get into jungle proper. It's not like a tree line and you're in. It's sort of a slow build-up of slightly thicker and thicker vegetation. Now, for no reason whatsoever, I'm curious what sort of order you're traveling in.
I feel like Azaka's in the front, and I'm probably with her.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I mean, I feel like then the emerald would be either in front of you or like behind you, and then I would be behind.
I'm
Yeah, I think
assuming
Emerald's in
I'd
the
near the
front,
back
too.
as well, yeah, just because, I'm hobbling
Yeah.
away. Still
I'm just
not that great
I'm
at
just
just
like
walking.
talking to you about like touchy subjects and why Azaka maybe stopped talking after you asked the question, right?
Sure. So yeah, I guess.
And then I go over
fine.
to like a story about a smuggling, well, a trading trip. All right, let's do the
For
thing.
no
though.
reason at
For
all.
no reason at all. There's suddenly great detail has occurred before us.
Yeah, there's gonna be a check of passive perception for Lilia. It will be
My passive perception?
yeah.
Mine's 13.
What is stealth based on? Is it
Dexterity.
Dexterity.
dexterity? Whoops. Put that in chat. Okay, so you see it then. As you're walking into like stronger and stronger vegetation, you see lurking, not very well hidden at all, in like
God.
a bush that's way too small for it to cover itself. But it's got this look in its eye like it. I think actually its head and its front half is like quite well covered, but then its like tail is just sticking out in the open, and it doesn't realize that you can see that. And it's got a hungry look in its eyes. It's a giant constrictor snake, and it's going to try and eat you. So, could everyone please roll initiative?
Dun Done.
All right, let me click on Lily. Don't forget to click on your token.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, click on your tokens first. Yeah.
Oh, that's real bad.
What do we click? Oh, yeah, initiative.
I mean, you're the rogue. You need someone next to it, right?
Ooh.
You're.
Oh, did
Also
it
a
do?
stain-
Did
a
it do you
stainy-
twice?
No,
I see
she's
it.
done for Imral.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Nice.
Everyone done?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, the snake goes first. I love it. Okay.
Yep.
All right,
Even
well,
though I
it's gonna-
see it, I'm just like frozen in fear. Like, oh shit.
Maybe you see it and step
well,
as you step on its tail. So
It's,
it gets a snap.
It advances towards you menacingly, Lily, and tries to squeeze you with its snaky body. A 14?
No, that doesn't hit.
It misses.
Oh, Jesus.
Let me
Straight
check.
into it.
Does
I've
have
completely
any-
forgotten how everything works. It's going to be
Okay,
fine.
So, do you dodge or is it your armor?
It's my well, I mean technically it's mostly my dexterity, so I'm probably dodging it out of the way.
Okay. You are. It's not particular. It's fairly dexterous itself. You're just way more. Okay. Dusk.
I point my finger towards it, and as I do so, these lines of light just erupt from my hand, as if like my skin was cracked in places and was essentially shining from inside. And I'm going to cast Bane.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh, you were born
charisma
in the
saving throw.
jungle.
So,
Sorry.
Oh wow! It's not a very charismatic creature. You will be surprised to learn it has a charisma ability of 3.
Ooh.
It tries to charm its way. Oh,
14. 14 is the save.
so close. Okay, so let's see. Whenever it makes an attack roll or a saving throw, must roll D4 and subtract it. Excellent. And it's
Nice.
concentration.
Yes, it's like the opposite of bless.
Yeah.
Let's see. Just gonna find a there you go. That's what Bane looks. That's what Bane looks like.
Yeah, totally. And then I'm just going to like move away and just say, Emerald, do your thing. And
He
that's
looks
my
at you aloofly.
Wait, I'll go first. Don't worry. Sorry. That was me interrupting Emerald. And again, I guess just purely out of panic. Well, not panic. I just point my quarterstaff at it straight away and just firebolts, I guess. Oh, this is probably rather disappointing.
Yeah, it was a miss.
So that it just goes right over his head. Okay, yes, Emerald. No, you go for it. Sorry.
All right. I think Emerald doesn't have reach, so he's gonna move up beside Lily. He's gonna pull out his flail, and he's going to cast Green Flame Blade as part of his
Ooh.
melee weapon attack.
Nice.
Wait, I think Green Flame Blade is like against if there was more than one
Wait, is
creature? I think so, yeah.
Can you pop it in chat?
Just check, but I think that's how it
Oh yeah,
works.
it's a second creature thing, so that's actually not useful. Because it will leap to a second creature, there's no one to do that with. I was thinking Booming Blade, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's just going to hit it with his flail then? Or hold on. Let me look at his cards. I guess I should probably curse it. So he'll use his Hexblade. He's gonna use his bonus action to balefully curse. I don't know what that looks like. You'll have to ask RJ later. He's gonna balefully curse the Oh, is
No.
Oh,
So
if you arrive, RJ. I thought he was here. I'm like, okay. Yeah, so he's gonna use his Hexblade's curse
So I think it looks like shadowy smoke. So he kind of waves his hand in a little circle, and this kind of dark smoke comes out from his hand, and then like encircles the snake, and is like slowly moving in towards it, and then it like implants onto its scales and darkens them a little bit.
So that's going to give him a bonus to damage rolls against the cursed target equal to his proficiency bonus. And he can crit on a 19 or a 20. And if the cursed target dies, he can regain HP equal to his warlock level plus his charisma modifier, so 5 HP. So yeah, he's cursed the thing. And now he's going to hit it with his flail.
Okay.
15?
That is a hit.
Okay. So he does 5 plus 2, 7 damage.
Okay.
Nice.
Azaka kind of growls angrily, and then, well, she didn't need to do that, but just for effect, she strides forward, encircling around the snaky man. Now, I think I need to. So she's going to take a swing at it with her scimitar, and it'll be +6 to hit. What is 13? Yep,
What
that
is
hits.
love?
Baby, don't hurt me no more. And d6 plus 3 damage then. 8 damage.
Nice.
Slices across the snake's scaly body, and then she has another crack at it.
Oh, she gets 2 attacks?
She gets 2 attacks. She's like leaps into action like she's very confident, not at all scared, and it's like poetry in motion, like a well-practiced fighter. Another d6 plus 3. So she does 12 damage.
Sweet.
And then waits for 6 seconds to see what else happens. Lily.
Well, I am definitely going to capitalize on my allies. I was going to say friends, but we're not there yet. My allies. Distracting the snake with their attacks. I'm going to try to sneak in a dirty little cut. So I'm going to pull out my rapier and I'm going to take a crack at it. I crit fail. Yeah.
Hey.
And
So why do you miss? Are you distracted, or does it dodge, or what?
Well, since it's a crit fail, I think it's got to be something that I do. I think, I've never fought a giant snake before, and it went for me, and so I think I'm still really flustered by that, and so maybe my hand is shaking, and I'm still inexperienced.
You were in the middle of a conversation,
right?
as well,
Yeah.
I suppose. It's all a bit of a shock, as you say.
Yeah. So, and I don't think I can do anything with bonus actions, so I think that's it for me.
Okay. The snake tries to constrict you once again. Well, 18 damage. Good grief, but it misses. And
I mean, that would have killed me, but well, almost killed me.
Almost, yeah, straight up. Wow.
Yeah.
Did I just roll really well? Or
Wait,
what?
if you get your full HP past
yes.
0, you die, right? Or is it?
Yeah. So if it
Straight up
did
one shot.
20 damage, it would kill me.
See, if that hit me, that would have killed me outright, because I've only got 7.
That's not even max damage as well. That's I rolled 2 7s. So,
but keep in mind he's baned, or the thing is baned. So
Oh, true. So
it doesn't matter at this point.
It missed anyway.
Yeah,
you got a
but
6.
Still.
I always forget those things, by the way, so please remind me. Those sorts of things.
Cool, yeah.
Dusk.
Well, I am going to actually run forward 1, 2, 3, 15 feet. And as I do so, my hands, again with this light from cracks in my skin essentially, but this time blue, and electricity forms around it. I'm going to try and hit a shocking grasp. 23.
23 hits for sure.
Wow.
For 1 damage.
That grasp was shocking.
Oh my god.
And then, because it can't take reactions, I'm going to just move away again.
On a hit,
That's it.
can't take reaction till the start of his next turn. Okay, so I mean, you you buzz it. I guess it's like the sort of damage that you would get from one of those annoying handshake buzz things. It just like it looks at you with condescension, as much as you can tell from a snake's face. It looks condescending. Dikek.
Okay, well, as my firebolt didn't seem to work, and as I've seen that it has had some damage taken, I will instead try a different tact. So I kind of, I don't know, do things in a different. I move myself in a different way, and I'm still a bit unsure. And instead, I shall do a Toll the Dead on it.
Right.
So it needs to succeed on a Wisdom saving throw and take, if not, 1d12 because it's already been hit.
Okay, let me roll that Bane D4 before I forget. Okay, so it's going to be deducted. So it gets a -2. Does that succeed? Or?
Let me just check.
Sure.
yeah. I didn't like that. Unos
Nice. So roll
dos.
that D12
God.
So that'll be 5 damage.
damage.
Nice.
Necrotic just means it can't gain health points back, right? Is that how necrotic
No,
damage works?
No, it's just a
like-
damage
Just
type.
for
It's a damage type. It
Alright,
doesn't do anything more. But
Okay.
there are some sources that do that.
All right.
who knows? Maybe if you're lucky, you'll meet some of those.
Mm.
Anyway, you can find out. How does DKX Toll the Dead look?
Well, I guess I've like maybe I looked at the end of the quarterstaff as if like why the hell didn't the fire thing work? It should have worked, and maybe I give it a bit of a shake and I just like toll the actual quarterstaff, I guess, just back and forward a few times, and then like whip it at the creature, and like I guess like a sound wave, sort of visible sound wave, can come forward, and just bong right in its fucking face.
Nice. Base to the face. Emerald.
All right, Emerald's just gonna use his flail again. Oh,
Oof, misses.
I think he'd probably stay there. He doesn't have any reason to, like, surround it. Maybe. He could move around it so it can't get away, I guess. And he can't take reaction, so I'll have him move over here.
Yeah, the lightning shop and grasp until the start of its next turn. That's true. So no
Yeah.
reactions. And
But
I mean, you
even
can-
then, him moving, he's still within its reach, so
yeah.
they wouldn't provoke anyway.
Okay, Azaka, 2 attacks. +6. 12 is a hit, actually.
Oh.
Wow. Well, it's big, so it has lower AC.
And 6 + 3. 6 damage.
Nice.
And that's totally a hit as well.
Nice.
For another 7, so 13 damage. Just slashing away back and forwards with a scimitar. It's looking fairly wounded, but not on death's door just yet. Lily.
I'm gonna try to change that. Come on, rapier.
Yeah.
18.
Yeah, that's a hit.
12 damage because
Oh,
I get my
damn.
sneak attack.
Oh, cool. You got it set up to roll already. Nice.
Yeah.
So 12 damage. Cool.
I'm gonna stay here.
Why is it
I was
sneak?
gonna move,
Out of interest.
but I'm not gonna
Why is it sneak?
because I have an ally within range.
Ah, sweet. Cool. I'm still learning.
That's okay. Let me. You don't need advantage on the attack roll if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of it.
Hell yeah.
So, and I don't have disadvantage, which I don't. So we're good.
So it's going to make one more desperate attempt to constrict Lily. It really wants to squeeze you. But
And you don't even need the -D4.
6. It really makes a feeble attempt. It's like you can see it coming a mile off. It's really, really slow. It just like slowly tries to slither around you in a circle, and you just like easily step aside. Dusk.
Well, as it tries, I again just like run forward and kind of just try to zap it with a 15.
15 hits.
For 2.
2 this time. Woo.
Just keep that 100% increase each time. You'll be unstoppable soon.
But you hit, and now it can't take reactions, so there's definitely value in that for sure.
Yeah, and then I am again just going to move away slightly.
Okay. DK.
You might want to move back a little bit more if you can. We don't know what its reach is.
Oh, right.
Well,
Also,
happy.
you've got to watch for the AoE explosion when you kill it. It's one of those.
And it's filled with normal-sized snakes. Wait, is there any?
Ideas,
All right.
Is
fine,
there any?
Fine.
Is there any standard D&D monster that has something like that? That the 2 health bar kind of thing. You take it down and it becomes something else. Wait, didn't we fight something like that once?
Kinda.
In Snow's campaign.
Yeah, in the level 21. But that's not a standard thing that like any monsters that you can think of.
No, I don't.
I want more of those. Right. Well, seeing that Toll the Dead worked, and excited by it, I'm just like, well, hell, let's try that again, shall we? And I shall just do it again. So if you can have a wisdom save, please.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just pre-type the
Oh, yeah.
Yep, go for
damage.
it.
Hold on. I've got to do the D4.
6. Oh, it's close.
So 8 better than last time.
So I just do the same thing again, and being a bird, I'm quite excited by it, so I'm actually sort of hopping up and down a little bit, going ready, just swinging it back and forward like I'm having a little mini rave.
I love it.
Okay, yes, here we go. Huzzah! I don't know where the huzzahs and stuff come from now. Take that, motherfucker!
Yeah, you got him.
Bong. Duh.
How does it look as you kill it then? Is it a sound wave again?
Yeah, but let's say just because it sounds cool, I guess that the sound wave hits it where it's already like taken some damage, and that like hole in its skin sort of peels apart a little bit. I'm not going to say all the flesh is ripped from its bones because I don't think it's that powerful yet, but it just expands the damage that's already there, like again with air force, or sound force, I guess, sound wave force, and yeah, just does that last bit of damage to it.
Nice.
Jesus Christ! Oh shit! Don't say Jesus Christ, because that's not in the lore, is it?
Immersion ruined.
Oh shit! I keep trying to not say God and Jesus and things like that.
I mean, you can say God.
Oh, I can't. Oh, gods. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, you can say like 9 hells or
9
like
hells.
something like. Something
I
like
should look
that.
up D&D swear words and things.
So Azaka looks around to all of you and says, "You each handle yourselves well."
Thank you. Do we? Well, can we do anything with the corpse? Seeing as it's a big corpse with lots of, well, scales.
I thought they smelled bad on the outside. Hey.
Yes, perhaps if you skin it, there might be somebody that would buy that from you. It's just a very large snake, so I suppose so.
I put my hands up and take a step back, like I'm not doing that.
Yes, I don't think I fancy getting my hands dirty either. My goodness. Oh shit.
Well, all right, I see. I kind of walk forward and like grab my knife.
Azaka,
and,
are
like,
these things? Oh, sorry.
Look around. Are you sure? No one? All right.
Azaka, are these things common Is this a big monster? Is this a particularly bad, evil thing?
Sounds of cutting into the flesh in the background.
she she just looks at you and sighs and shakes her head.
What does that mean?
It's just a big snake to kick.
It's a huge snake. Look at the size of it. Good God. I just start preening my feathers and fluffing around, sort of, oh dear, I don't know if I like this.
Don't underestimate yourself. I've already seen what you can do. You can handle more than that. It was just a snake.
Oh, well, if you say so.
It's only 30 feet long. I mean, for these jungles, it's...
Yes?
What's the longest snake you've seen?
I've never seen a snake.
Azaka kind of shakes her head and is like, you know what, DK? Yes, you're right. It was a horrendous, fearsome creature. I've never seen anything so vile and dangerous as this.
Oh, I sort of start fluffing up a little bit proud feathers, like, I killed it as well.
And Azaka, while she was saying that, kind of winks in the direction of Dusk and Lily.
I give her an up nod. I'm trying to play it cool, but I'm still kind of freaked out.
Yeah, give us a survival check, Snow. So DC 13 for if you get some. So it's just the skin or the scales that you want, or
I mean,
you can get the. Oh, with an 18, you can take the fangs as well.
I mean, I'm gonna take whatever I can get off this thing.
Yeah, so you get a big chunk of snake skin and some snake fangs.
Are these things edible? Fuck, I can never remember her name. I keep wanting to say Azaka. It is Azaka, okay. Can we eat this?
Why on earth would you want to eat a snake?
Well, it's just a bit of flesh, isn't it? I don't really mind eating anything, as long as it's edible. I mean, if it's not edible, then obviously I wouldn't, but I don't know. I've got a bit of a hangover. It's mid-morning, you know, or mid-afternoon. I'm a bit...
Early evening.
A bit peckish. Early evening, even.
I thought your type went more for fish rather than giant snake.
Oh, but... I'd eat any kind of meat.
Well, be my guest then.
Well, yeah, but is it okay? I don't want to eat it if it's poisonous.
I've never tried.
Well, shit.
I usually eat rations and fish.
Well, fish sounds good. Have you got any fish?
Oh, God.
I was just wondering, you know, perhaps if it's a free meal, you know, it's never a bad thing to pass up. If there's a bit of carrion, then we can have a bit of a peck at, you know.
Can I?
But some snakes are poisonous.
Yeah.
Can I make like a medicine check to know if it's like okay to eat this or like nature?
Yeah, it would be a nature check. Yeah.
Can I help?
I mean, you do it for me would be the best option here.
I mean, I've got 4 nature.
But you've never seen a snake before.
It's true.
All right. No, it's perfectly fine. I'm...
No, you can't be sure. Like, you know, you recall some snakes are venomous, very, very dangerous, but also some aren't. You haven't seen this type before, or you can't remember.
I'm not sure about snakes on this peninsula, but well, I recall some snakes being quite delicious, actually, from the stories.
Well, better safe than sorry. I suppose
I don't see any reason to risk it.
Yes, fair enough. Okay, but if you happen to see any edible meat lying around,
That reminds me, by the way, don't drink the water in the rivers. It can give diseases. It's dangerous.
Oh, what would you suggest for gaining water?
I bought a rain catcher.
Oh,
rain catcher.
Well done. That's the best way. It often rains in the jungle. The rainwater is safe. River water, risky.
Oh, thank goodness you let us know. I suppose it's safe to say that, well, you did tell us, don't trust anyone or anything, I suppose. Just treat everything as if it may kill you, I suppose.
I give a solemn nod to that. Like, that's how you live your life. Yep, that's what you do.
I look at Emerald. It's going to kill us.
So, what are you?
I'd like
what did you decide about
to look.
the?
Sorry.
What did you decide about the eating the snake carcass?
Oh yeah, no eating.
Okay.
Snake's really good to eat, though. I believe in real life.
Some.
Again, as long as Furman said, it's the difference between venomous and poisonous, obviously. Which I believe no snake's actually poisonous to eat. I don't think, because they have the venom.
I don't know.
Sacs in their jaw, don't they, for their teeth and stuff. Anyway. Well, I was going to say I look around in the bushes around us just to double check that there's no more snakes. Like, in the very close proximity. I'm not going to wander off.
No more snakes, yeah.
Ooh.
Wow.
And you're wanting inspiration for skinning the snake?
No, I'm just essentially going to like throw out just the word inspiration, so it's on your mind.
Okay.
You know?
I feel like I'm gonna slowly morph into like some evil DM that's like, no, you can't. And also, this thing attacks you and it crits.
That wasn't inspiring at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so well, it's slowly getting dark, and Azaka says to you guys, we should make camp. Not a good idea to travel the jungles at night.
No.
All right, then I think you're the most capable here.
Very well.
Azaka.
Yeah, so she like locates a small clearing with a bit of cover on all sides. So enough space to set up some tents and bedrolls and your rain catcher if you want to put it out.
Yeah.
So does everybody have water skins?
Yeah. Well, sorry, I have.
Yep.
Let me check Emerald. He doesn't. Oh, wait.
I think he had a pack that he has.
If you had an explorer's pack, it
Dungeoneers.
has. Oh.
Yeah, that has one water skin.
Yeah, then he has one.
So, does anyone remember, by the way? I swear I found food and water rules and put them in the journal.
Yeah, they're
somewhere.
under the
You did.
notes.
Yeah, player note. Oh, wait, nope.
Player handout.
Chapter
Chapter
2.
2 player handouts. Food and water rules.
Okay, cool. What does it say?
A character needs 1 pound of food. Wait, for food or water?
Both.
A character needs 1 pound of food per day and can make food last longer by subsisting on half rations. Eating half a pound of food in a day counts as half a day without food. A character can go without food for a number of days equal to 3 plus their con mod. At the end of each day beyond that limit, a character automatically suffers 1 level of exhaustion. A normal day of eating resets the count of days without food to 0. So again, we could just eat once every 3 plus con mod days without suffering exhaustion. Water is 1 gallon per day, or 2 gallons per day if the weather is hot, which is almost always the case in the jungle.
Hint, hint.
A character who drinks only half
you
that
can
much
just
must succeed.
started off-
Oh, sorry.
You guys will have started off with water from Port Nanzaro, I assume. You filled your things up at the
I
end.
also have 2 water skins.
Okay.
Same.
If we only drink half that,
Everybody-
we get a DC 15 con save, or we get exhaustion that very day.
Cool. So, yep, everybody gets food and water then, and gets a long rest. Let me check. Yeah, it starts raining overnight, so your rain catcher will be full of water by the morning.
Nice.
Now, what is it? I just closed it, but it's like 8 gallons it catches or something like that.
I don't know. I was told that it exists, but I don't know how
Rain
much
catcher.
it catches.
Catches 2 gallons of drinking water per inch of ground. Can hold up to 8 gallons. It's been raining all night, so it fills up. You get 8 gallons. Now, what will that mean? How big are water skins? Does anybody know?
1 gallon, I believe,
1
isn't it?
Gallon.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got 8 gallons. You can dish it out. I guess everybody fills up then from that. So you got a full water skin, and a new day beckons. So we didn't do it for the first day because you weren't in the jungle. It's like There was no possible way to get lost. Really, you just walk towards the jungle. But navigation in the jungle is not straightforward because it's each of these squares, if you picture them, they're 10 miles across, so they're representing quite big areas.
Damn.
There's no paths. It's very thick undergrowth, and also it can be rainy and not great visibility, so it's not easy going to get your direction right. So you guys should be able to see there's a hex called Party. That's where you guys are right now.
Yeah.
Which way do you want to go from there?
Well, isn't she leading us?
That's up to you guys. So you will need a navigator for the group, or you can have 2 people to help.
I personally feel like we should have Azaka navigating and one of us help her.
Yeah, I agree. I just assumed that we were kind of following her lead, as she was our guide, etc., and she's taking us to the place where she needs our help.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I assume
She would
that she'd
warn
be
you
taking
that
us.
her strengths are more in combat than in survivalism, but she's
Oh.
willing to guide you if you want.
Is she?
It's just not a specialism of hers.
Okay. Out of character question. Do we have anyone who's good at survival?
I mean, that's why we hired the guide.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I only have +1 survival.
Same.
I have +2 if we need it.
Then you should do it, and one of us should help you.
I mean, can you help without proficiency though?
Oh, can you only help if you're proficient in something?
Like technically, yeah.
Oh shit, I've never done that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, don't worry about that. So yeah, in your discussions with Azaka, it becomes clear that you may have better navigation skills than her, Dusk.
See,
Because it's
I am an honest trader. I had to navigate a lot in my life.
yeah, exactly, and it's quite a difficult thing, right? Because you can't necessarily see the sun a lot of the time, and you're going by things like, I don't know, you're checking the moss where the moss grows on, if that's a thing. But it's not necessarily an easy thing. So okay, so then it was +2, was it? Because I'll need to roll this.
And
sure.
I will.
Plus 2?
I'm going to be helping, I guess.
How do
Okay.
you help?
By looking at trees and trying to figure out like maybe what the best route is. Consulting with Azaka on how to
Can
get
I
there.
ask?
I'm sorry, but
Azaka?
I just imagined you like pointing up and saying, "The sun!"
I mean, you'd be able to see which direction the sun beams are coming through the leaves, perhaps, I suppose, but yeah.
Yeah, like, all right.
We may not know that enough. Well, Asaka, you've lived in these jungles all your life. You kind of know the area that we're trying to get to. We've got this map here. Do you have any kind of hint or idea which would be safer? I mean, it looks like we could just head down this river, perhaps, or try and stay out of these deadly areas, or should we just charge through? I mean, what would you normally do if we weren't here?
To be honest, heading west is safer. If we want to head southeast, there's not much that can be done to avoid undead. I've seen them around this side of the river and the other side of the river Tiriki. It'll be dangerous.
You want to go all the way around?
No, I mean, if we intend to head for Firefinger and then Kirsabal, there's no avoiding the danger.
Oh.
Well, in that case, I think we need to go along River Tiriki, you said?
I would advise it.
Yeah, I would agree. It looks like the safest route.
All right.
So you want to go slightly southeastwards then, towards the river?
Yeah,
or
like here, I
that way?
think.
Yeah,
and then,
okay.
Yeah, like
Seems about right, yeah.
like somewhere like that.
Cool.
Although, what's going on here?
A.
Something at the start of the river. Again, that's just on the map. I suppose I wouldn't necessarily know what to to ask about that.
Now I assume this hex is where we think we are.
Yeah.
No, it's totally where you are at all times. What do you mean?
It's definitely not anything on the GM layer.
Did you have to do a survival roll kind of thing for that or not? In the end,
It's a secret survival roll.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I thought you had to do one, or you were helping.
Derek is rolling it for him.
Oh, sorry.
Like, how many hexes can we go on it? Like,
Oh, that's something I was meant to
Yeah,
ask
okay.
you. In fact, we can do it tomorrow. You can choose. So you can go at a slow pace, which means you're allowed to stealth if you want to, but you'll cover less ground, obviously. Or you can go to normal pace, in which case you can cover by foot 1 hex a day. Or you can go at a fast pace, which means you see less stuff. You can easily bumble your way into things, but then you might travel up to 2 hexes per day. Not guaranteed, but you might.
I feel like normal pace, at least for now.
yeah, normal pace is probably the best here.
Normal as opposed to fast, or normal as opposed to slow?
Yes.
Both.
Yeah. We
Which?
don't need to stealth at the moment because we're not in the death zone.
Oh wait,
And-
sorry. I didn't realize there were 3 options. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah. Just normal then.
Okay.
Yeah, so you guys are chopping your way through the jungle. Like Azaka's takes out her scimitar and she's kind of using it like a machete, chopping vines and cutting through bushes and stuff to clear a way. With you guys, the 2 of you, right, are navigating Dusky
Yeah.
Lily.
Mhm.
So you're kind of, this way, that way, head left there, right at that rock, sort of.
Okay, it sounds like the river's getting closer. I think it's that way, sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm at the back, so people keep letting go of branches and they smack me in the face or something like that. I was like, oh, bloody hell. It's not easy getting through this mess.
And you guys are getting soaked as well. It's like fairly heavy rain today. So it's just
I
like,
have my umbrella, though.
You have your umbrella, yeah. So how does that look with Lily walking through the
I think it's just like I'm underneath my umbrella pointing stuff out, and everyone else is just probably glaring at me soaking wet.
I mean, I am literally just using prestidigitation to both stay warm and, like, dry. Can I do dry? I'm gonna check, but yeah.
I don't mind the rain at all. I'm just kind of fluffing about every now and then. I'll try and shake it off. I've got a pretty heavy layer of sort of, well, not. They've got the thick down, haven't they? Most birds underneath it kind of keeps the water off their skin. I'm sure if I was like underwater or something, I'd get wet, but I don't think I mind it that much.
All right, so I just have like my cloak and all on me, and I just essentially make everything warmer in the like on my body as much as I can.
All right, so the morning passes uneventfully. You're uninterrupted. You're proceeding. You're making good pace. As it gets towards early afternoon, well, you're still within the jungle. You haven't reached the river yet, but I'm just for no reason at all. I'm curious what everybody's passive perception is.
14.
13.
11.
Okay,
Emerald's,
so
I think is 12.
and what is Azaka's? It's wisdom, right? So 13. So I think dusk. You notice this. Like it's very very close to you, but you notice it just before it's upon you. But a bank of this kind of bright blue mist. It's enormous as well. It's like a cloud of this stuff that's like 100 feet across. Is almost upon you. It's just sort of drifting across the jungle. It's very close to you without you having noticed it because the foliage is very thick, but you notice it just in time to do something.
Azaka, what is this? And I like point towards it.
Oh, heavens, move, don't breathe it. Now, Can everyone make a dexterity saving throw to get out of the way before it's upon you?
Oh gosh, why am
Oh
I rolling so
no! Oh no!
Let me get one for
Oh.
Emerald.
Very dexterous.
Oh
Peeking up
no.
at dusk.
No.
And sorry, Snow, you did get a long rest last night. Yep.
All right. It's still so weird to play with normal rest rules.
We're not fucking hanging around for a
rest
week
for a
to get all
week.
our stuff. Move 1 square every week.
So a couple of you dive out of the way just in time. It's quite fast-moving mist as well. You know, it's not just like a fog. It's moving, well, several feet per second. So Azaka and Lily just catch a little bit of it, a little whiff, before you get out of the way. So can you make a Constitution saving throw, Lily?
Sure.
Is the
Oh,
second
and
one?
Emerald as well. Yep,
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay.
You have a drop down at the bottom to choose who you roll as.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Constitution for Azaka. Hey, Azaka's constituted as fuck. And Emerald as well.
we both got 11. Is that enough?
Nope.
I mean, 11 and 11, that's
Nope.
22.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Nothing happens immediately, but I'll whisper you something.
Okay,
no.
just to make sure, is it a charm spell?
No.
Okay, let me look at Emerald real quick. Yeah. All right.
I'd have just done the actual, flight or fight thing and essentially just leaped backwards out of the way, I guess. Maybe use a stick to pole vault a little bit.
Oh,
what the
God.
fuck? Oh, wait.
You rolled 100.
Yeah,
not
you didn't do the
D100.
D.
Oh,
You didn't do the D. All right, then.
You take 70 points of damage.
how do
As
I
far as what's
whisper?
going on,
Just
Emerald,
slash W.
Slash W and then the name.
Or you can
It
DM
should.
me on Discord if you'd prefer.
Actually, that's probably a better idea because then it's in a place that is accessible.
Oh yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm slow with these things.
You're fine.
That would be better for me as well, so it doesn't show up on stream, I guess, if ever you needed to do it.
Okay.
I would start a conversation in the background while you're doing this, but all I can think of is prodding Azaka, so
I just ate a couple of nuts instead. In real life, that is.
Oh. Astani, what is the time? I'm gonna take a 5-minute break real quick and be right
An
back.
hour and 9 minutes, 45 seconds.
All right, awesome. Be right
Yeah,
back.
should we take a little break there actually while we're figuring out
Yeah, that's a
what
good
totally
idea.
innocuous effects this mist breathing has.
What effects? It's like totally normal.
So maybe
Yeah.
just a short one, and then we can maybe do another short one later.
Sure, yep. Whatever's
Sure.
best for you guys.
Just 5 minutes or so.
All right, sounds good.
Cool.
I'll be back in a few minutes. then.
Well, talk to you in a few minutes.
Yeah.
All right.
Hi. Sup, chat? Bloop. Oh, empty sofa. Willow? Where you at? Will? Oh, she's dead. Elevator music. Do, 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 do. Right, I'm gonna go and quickly grab another coffee then. So, stretch your legs, all that kind of stuff. How you doing, Tiggs, by the way? Good to see you, man. As always, I'm sorry that the chat interaction is so much less on these kind of things. I try every now and then to mute myself on Discord and say hello and stuff, but I don't know, trying to keep the immersion and everything. But it's very good to see you all. Thank you for being here. I hope you're enjoying the show so far. And some weird shit's going down. I'll be back in like 1 minute, 2 minutes. I'm just going to run down and come back up. Aight. He's back. That was probably longer than a couple of minutes, wasn't it? Bad mush. Ready, steady? And you've got a Willow. Hey, Willow. How you doing, darling? Woof, woof, woof. Sniff, sniff, sniff. I hope everyone's having a lovely Saturday, by the way. Saturday evening, Saturday day, Sunday morning? It's a bit later, actually. Do. Right. Boom. Oh, shit.
I am not willing to do that. Hey, Moshi.
Hi. How's it going?
It's going well.
Have I been shitting any peaches, says Tigger. For those who haven't seen in Discord, I arrived back here to a strange parcel in my mailbox the other day. And Derek had sent me 12 cans of sliced peaches. After
oh my god, that sounds amazing.
No, peaches suck.
Literally,
so funny.
I think you're the only person in the world that doesn't like peaches.
That cannot be true. Willow, do you like peaches? You might be eating some.
Willow's not a person.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
actually, I wouldn't be surprised if she loves them.
yeah, she
You
will
could try
probably.
it.
Yeah, but yeah, Derek's stream last Sunday. What was the game called? Bunker. The Bunker.
The bunker.
Had a character
so
that
good.
sat on the toilet eating peaches out of cans, and then they kept mentioning they just kept mentioning peaches in throughout the game. So of course, me being the chat kind of shitlord that I am, was going, "Oh, fucking peaches are taking over the world. I hate peaches." Blah blah blah. And then, lo and behold, Derek sends
And
me
that
like
same evening, I couldn't resist
sent me 5 kilograms of peaches.
You sent him a whole case of peaches. I saw that on Discord.
Was
It's
it
so
free
good.
postage, by the way? I assume it would have been, right? Because otherwise, that must have cost you a fortune in weight.
No, it wasn't free postage, but it was worth it. It was worth it.
Well, it made me laugh a lot because, again, I knew it was from you because it said Mushy Tales, but it had my actual address. So I was like, "What the fuck?" And then I tried to get it out of my shitty postbox thing, which it perfectly fit in. And yeah, and then I opened it and I was like, "You fucking son of a
And then
bitch."
you posted pictures on Discord.
Yeah.
It was great.
Exactly.
Where
there you go, Mewtwo
are
doesn't
those
like-
pictures.
Just in pics.
Oh, there it is.
yeah.
Awesome.
It's just pictures of the cans. It's not like him sitting on the toilet eating them. Yeah.
Well,
Oh.
No.
that's not gonna happen.
You need to add me on Snapchat for that.
Premium Snapchat, everybody.
Yeah, you got to be a tier 3 sub for that one.
I like the facts. Look, see, I'm not alone. Mewtwo dislikes peaches. Ta-da!
All right, well, I guess we know what Mewtwo's getting for Christmas from there.
Anti-peach
I think
party.
the whole community just like send him peaches, right?
Well, good job I got rid of the PO box. Holy shit, I'd be drowning in them.
Right.
I've got to find a way. I've got to find something because I'm not going to throw them away or anything. So now I'm like, well, I'm going to have to decide or figure something out.
Make a dessert and like give it to your mom or something.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Actually, I could
Just
make
eat
him a big
them,
old.
dude. It's not going to kill you.
Tastes like AIDS.
Peaches.
Do you like...
To be fair, I don't think I've ever had
Do you like
peaches from a
apricots?
can. No, I don't like. We had this. I don't like so many fruits.
He
Ay,
doesn't
ay,
like
ay.
anything.
I'm
He's-
tempted to do something, to remove any kind of health from them. One thing I had many years ago, which I really liked, was a. This is with apricots, a brie and apricot parcel, like a bit of phyllo pastry with a bit of brie and apricot, and then cook them
Ooh.
like wontons
good.
in a way. So maybe you could do something like that with peaches and a bit
Or
of
you could
cheese or
try
something.
soaking them in alcohol. Maybe you'd like them that way.
Oh shit! Maybe if I just drink all the alcohol first, I wouldn't care and I just eat them.
Or that. I was thinking though, because they make strawberry wine like that. In France they'll like pour. I don't know what kind of. I think it's like a bunch of brandy,
Right.
and then they just soak strawberries in it to make like a strawberry drink.
Ooh. Because yeah, I like peach flavored things. Just don't like peach.
Or like blend it and put it into ice cream. I made a peach ice cream that was really
Oh
good.
shit!
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's a good idea.
Damn. Could you send me some more, please? Darren?
Well, how about you make it first and see if you can tolerate it, and then we'll go from there.
To be fair, the more we talk about it,
Can
the more
everybody
I
please send
imagine.
Mushy some peach cans, please? 150 arrive tomorrow.
The more I think about them, the more I'm like, I probably wouldn't mind a slice of peach just out of the tin.
Yeah, man. Hey, I don't mind, if you want to dash and get yourself a can of peaches. Well, actually, I would recommend a fork.
Yeah, I'll do it on the toilet break though, so I
Is
can
that-
eat them properly.
Yeah. For sure.
I just need to watch a documentary about peaches and pints, perhaps, where people are just having conversations, eating peaches out of a can and drinking a pint. Or
And then you'll be
Oh,
hooked.
yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
there you go. It's got to be moody and black and white, and someone's got to be smoking.
All right. That's
let's
the project
D&D.
for this
Let's do it.
semester.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's get back to it.
Don't worry, nothing happened. I'm fine. Derek told me in the
Everybody's
DMs,
absolutely
I'm
fine. Yeah, there was just this
Why
kind
do
of
you have to say it
noxious
like
looking
that? No.
bright blue.
It's fine.
Totally fine. It's fine.
Hmm.
There was this noxious looking bright blue, dense fog rolling through the jungle. Dusk spotted it and warned everybody. Dusk then did an athletic barrel roll or something, some kind of dive out of the way.
Just dropped on the ground.
Dropped to the ground, yeah, cool. And the fog kind of went over the top of you. Dekek made some similarly athletic dodging move. Lily, Immoral, and Azaka just breathed a little bit of it in before jumping out of the way. They weren't quick enough. But, well, Azaka's kind of looking around at you two quite worried, but nothing immediately happens. Like, nobody just drops to the ground dead. But she's looking around quite worried. Like, you breathed it.
Only a little bit. I feel fine.
What was it?
They call it the monkey mist.
What?
Monkey mist.
I've never breathed it before myself, but I hear rumors that it gives people mad monkey fever.
What the
What is a
hell?
monkey fever?
I have
Actually?
no idea, but it doesn't sound fun. It's probably just a old wives' tale.
I mean, I don't feel
Right.
any different. I feel fine.
Yeah, me too. How about you, Emerald?
He just gives a solemn nod,
Yeah.
and he looks impatient to get moving.
No,
I feel like it would
no
be
strange
like,
cravings for
I'm fine.
bananas.
Very funny. Ha ha. Ooh, ooh, ah, ah, ah.
Ah!
Oh god, we
It's
have
happening!
to put her down.
I cast Murder Monkey. I don't have that as
No,
a spell.
I feel fine. Maybe it must be nothing. It must be nothing. Let's move on.
Okay. Well,
No.
is there any other poisonous gases we need to be aware of?
I mean, generally speaking, breathing poisonous gases is something to be avoided.
Well, yes,
If
but
you
are
see-
there going to be any random other colours just floating around?
The
I am
mad
going-
monkey mist is the only one I know of, but I mean, don't go on that. If you see any different type of poisonous looking gas, just dodge it.
Remember
Hey.
what she said. Assume that everything in this jungle is gonna fucking kill us.
At this point, I'm going to
Azaka
like
nods.
make a sound of a fart, like just to the right of us.
Oh God!
Poisonous gas. Ah.
Now, Dekek, you don't need me to warn you. Don't breathe it, right?
No, I won't breathe anything. No breathing.
Oh, that's not what I. Never mind.
I
We'll
pass
be there
out.
eventually.
Are you actually going?
No,
to do that?
sorry. Okay, and I guess I'm holding. I'll hold one of my wings over my face, as much as it covers it. As I'm walking forward now, so I look like some weird, 1950s Dracula kind of character.
I think I pull my. I have got like a scarf around my head, and I pull it down over my face and over my
Okay.
nose.
Any other precautions anyone's taking?
I also want to keep I want to do like an active lookout as we're moving.
No, you
Like-
can only do that if you slow your pace.
Oh,
can do
so
that
you
if move
can't.
slowly.
Okay. No, then.
I slice a piece of cloth from my giant roll of cloth and make like
I
a
forgot you were
mask.
carrying that. Jesus.
Yeah, I did too.
Azaka's like, oh, so is that why you bought all that? I was wondering.
Well, I find that fabric is a very useful thing to just have with me.
You know, when I first saw you carrying that huge roll of fabric into the jungle, I thought you were a fool. But now I see maybe there's wisdom to it.
Yes, he's used one small scrap. He's only got like 50 meters of it left.
Well,
What
hold
else
on
do
a
you plan
second.
to do with it?
Hold on a second, and I slice more fabric and just well, I'm going to just make masks for everyone. well, I might at some point just make clothing and sell it, perhaps. I don't know.
Fair enough.
Okay, so you're handing out like what are they called? Neck scarves, or what are the the things
Like
like
balaclava.
yeah, but like just the bottom half
Yeah.
things that you.
Yeah, I'm going to like just for Emerald, I'm going to just make it look like a bandana.
It's good for keeping the
Mine
sun
is
off your head as well.
literally.
Yeah, what is yours?
I was gonna say mine's literally art. Like my head thing is literally already that, so you don't need to make me one.
Okay.
So how much cloth do you have?
I have um where is that? Where is that? I have 60 pounds of fabric on me.
I have no idea how much that would be. Does anyone know? Hold on, pounds to kilograms. First, pounds to kilograms. That is 27 kilograms of fabric that you're carrying.
That's like 50 cans of peaches.
I don't know. That's like 20 meters of fabric or something. Just you've got a big roll of fabric attached to your bag, okay? And frankly, this hardly makes a dent because you made what four masks or something maximum. You can
Yeah.
make that in one small slice. So I'm not even going to make you take some of the fabric off. You've just got ridiculous amounts. I might start doing encumbrance rules just to be a bastard next
I
time.
mean, I am literally 2 pounds away from like being over encumbered, so you know.
I double checked that today.
Okay.
It's 15 times your strength number, right? For weight.
But there's also like alternative rules where you have strength times 5 for like normal, then over that there's like a penalty, and over 10 there is penalty, and over 15 there is over
Oh, right,
encumbrance.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about it maybe before next time
Sure.
if you guys want to do it, because it's kind of like a survivalism sort of thing. Like often I don't really bother about like how many rations you have and what encumbrance you have, but in this case, maybe it'd be good. I don't know. We can talk about it, but I won't spring it
Yeah.
on you now because we
Yeah.
didn't talk about it before.
Yeah, we
So
can talk about it after the game, maybe.
yeah. So the mist passes and onwards wearing the new. By the way, what's the cloth like? What type of pattern does it have?
It's just straight, just one color. I think like blue.
Okay, blue like the mist. So yeah, wearing your new blue mouth guards and Lily with the her previously existing one. You carry on through the jungle. Afternoon turns into early evening, and again, Azaka suggests that you make camp. You can kind of hear in the distance the sounds of the river. You can't see it yet. Maybe it's a few miles away.
Hmm.
So you're like on a crest before a slight downhill part, and you find some kind of clearing to make camp.
Yeah.
So as you're setting up, I guess you're setting up like tents and bedrolls, and somebody makes a fire maybe. Immoral is looking a bit more distracted than usual. I mean, he's usually kind of in his own world a little bit, but he's sweating a lot and is like looking about in the jungle. Like there's not really anything there particularly, but he looks like he's seeing something vivid, and he's kind of darting around a little bit.
Uh, do you think we need to call him off?
What do you mean, call him off?
Well, I just like essentially cool off the clothing on Azaka's like body. Well, do this because what he's doing right now doesn't seem normal.
I mean, it's hard to tell, but you're right. He seems a bit more anxious than usual.
Well, yeah, I assume I was sitting, so I'm just going to stand up, like walk over. Emerald? Are you? All right. Does he
He
even
he looks
react?
at you. He kind of turns to see you, like he was. He really starts like he wasn't. It's kind of weird. He wasn't aware of your presence before, and like jumps and turns around to look at you, and he's like sweating a lot, and his eyes are like. He looks at you for a moment, like dead in your eyes, and his eyes are like wild. Like he just looks like he's miles away, and he just looks at you and makes this kind of weird screech. Like it's not the way a human would scream in fear. It's like almost an animal kind of sound. And he just turns 180 degrees and just like sprints surprisingly quickly away from you.
Um. All right. Well, guys, we might have a problem. I think the fake monkey.
What?
And I start running.
There's a monkey?
I scream and I run in the opposite direction of Dusk.
What the fuck's going on?
Azaka's like looking back between the two of you, like you both sprinted off in two different directions, and she's like, "Oh," and starts running after Lily.
Thank you.
So, Dusk, were you running after Immoral?
Yeah, I'm going to run after him, and then I am going to attempt to cast sleep on him.
Okay. How can you put that in the chat or something? And let me find his character sheet.
So yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's okay. So what it does is you set
he
a
can't
point.
be magically put to sleep.
Oh fucks.
Ah. So he kind of.
Well,
so he's like trying. He's standing at the base of an enormous tree, and he's like flapping his arms like he's trying to take off. Obviously, he's not managing to. He just looks like a lunatic. But he's just like flapping his arms. He's just standing there, like making bird sounds at the bottom of this tree.
Is he taking the piss?
Oh, you're here too.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know this was a way.
I'm
yeah, you
sure.
kind of gone with. So two people started acting weirdly and sprinted in opposite directions. But yeah, you can have gone with Dusk to chase down Emerald.
Okay. What the hell's going on?
Well, I think that's what the monkey fever is, maybe?
Is this how monkeys act?
I don't know. All right, but something's weird going on.
Immoral during that whole thing was looking at you both intently, flapping his arm wings and squawking. And then he walks up to you, Dusk, with a determined and, he's got 1,000-yard stare going at the moment. But he walks up to you and, like, does that lip thing, like puts his finger on your lips and goes, blub, 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 blubs your lips a bit.
I'm going to deck him across his face.
Okay, go for it.
Well, let me just set that up. Strength. Armed. Efficient. Damage. 1 plus strength.
Does that hit us, Danny?
No.
Well.
So he's still making the noise. He's not touching your lips anymore, but he's like still making the noise, like bleep, 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 bleep. But he's kind of darting around, like he's ducking and weaving like Muhammad Ali. And then he starts doing like forward rolls in a circle around you.
He's got Dark Souls disease. Can I attempt to knock him out with my quarterstaff, but without doing damage? Like I just want. Well, I'm guessing we'd have to do a little, but I just want to clonk him.
Yeah, the weird way that it works in D&D is you just attack like you normally would, but then you just tell me it's non-lethal damage, and will knock him out.
I would like to try that with my staff then, just to clonk him on the head when he in between rolls.
You can even do non-lethal damage with spells if you want to. You can cast Fireball and have it be non-lethal, as far as I know.
I don't actually know.
I think that's the way it works. You just say it's non-lethal. Even if you're attacking somebody with a sword, you can still.
But with the aim of knocking him out, would that work with like fire? But I guess that's just what the rules are.
Let me see if I can find it.
Well, I think just RP-wise, I would go with Quarterstaff anyway for this first hit, sort of whack-a-mole style. And it doesn't matter if I one. Well, I'm nearly always one-handing it, so I'll just bloop. No, I guess that does not hit 13.
Okay.
If the attack is a ranged attack or spell attack, the option's not available.
Oh, okay. Today I learned.
So what was that? If it's ranged or spell?
Yeah, then you can't specify non-lethal.
Oh, cool.
It's only if you're doing a melee attack.
Well, there we go. Well, shit, Dusk, what do we do?
Hold on. And I just start trying to find a thing in my pack, and I pull out a mirror. I just try to reflect the sun into his eyes.
You're trying to blind him or something?
Yeah, I don't know what to do at this point. I'm just doing that.
So I think he takes a strange fascination with the mirror and is totally entranced and walks up and if you let him, takes it out of your hands.
Oh no. No. This is my mirror.
Okay.
You can use it to lead him back to camp.
Yes.
But yeah, he looks, because he catches a sight of his own reflection in the mirror and it seems to be transfixing him.
Yeah, and I just walk 2 steps backwards, see if he follows, while holding the mirror in front of me.
Oh yeah, he's following, and he's you can see on his face he's going through this range of emotions while staring at his reflection, extreme emotions as well. So he's he one moment looks incredibly happy, he's the tears of joy, and then the next moment the tears of joy turn into child bawling, crying.
Huh.
And then everything in between, he after that looks absolutely terrified, and then he's laughing his head off.
Well, that is surprising. I didn't think it would actually work.
Well, let's see if we can get him back to camp.
Yeah, you're leading this madman zombie back, entranced by his own reflection, towards the camp.
Yeah.
And maybe we then snap over to Lily, who's running away from the camp as well, and Azaka's running after you.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if I should be talking in whispers about what's going on with me, because I have a question.
Okay.
Should I whisper it or just ask?
No, you can just ask it, I think.
Okay, so since I no longer have line of sight on Dusk, do I still need to flee? How's that work?
I think the wording of it, I can't remember exactly, but it was you have to run away from the source of your fear each round. It's like the fear spell. I think,
yeah, but I don't know where he is, so...
So you spent some time just bolting straight away from Dusk, but then, after not very long, you are no longer needing to.
Okay, I think I'm just I'm gonna hide in some of the foliage and cower.
Okay. Are you stealthing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh God.
Azaka then is going to need to try and find you. So perception's wisdom, right?
Yeah.
She does not find you. So you see Azaka run past you.
I don't say a thing. She might be in league with him.
Awesome.
Oh God. Oh no.
I'm holding my breath, oh God, what if she finds me?
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
So a little bit later on then. Well, we'll snap back to you guys then. Do you do anything with Immoral once you get back to the camp?
Do you have any ideas what to do next? Because we can lead him, but
Well, do you think you can keep him distracted long enough for me to try and throw a rope around him? Maybe we could tie him up or tie him to a tree or something. Stop him running away. Then we can find where the hell everyone else has gone.
Oh, for sure. For sure, yes. Well, just go on.
Okay.
I'm just holding the mirror in front of me like it's a holy symbol or something.
So do let's see, sleight of hand or stealth or something like that. Dikek and Aseni, could you roll perception with disadvantage for Immoral?
Yeah.
Sleight of hand, stealth, and stuff. They're all
and
the
you
same,
you can be helping, I think, Dusk, because you're distracting him as well.
Yes.
Highly stacked in your favor. Okay, so he rolls a 6.
Sure.
I guess it would be more sleight of hand because I'm going to be like approaching him with the rope, and then hoping to like flick it over him rather than like creep up behind him to do it or something like that. So
Okay,
I'm like,
sure.
he's looking at the mirror and it's like, yes, look at that strange golden face. Isn't it weird? Oh, look at it. Oh, now you're sad, and oh, now you're happy. Excellent. Oh, don't worry about this rope that's going to go around you. Huzzah! Ooh.
Wow.
It's not very expertly done.
I'm not a rancher, you know.
Okay, so you lasso
I've got him. I leap on his back and ride him into the jungle. Okay, well, I guess I'm struggling with him at that point a little bit, seeing as I'm not very strong and he's a bit of a big bastard. Dusk, put the mirror away. Come and help me secure him. I don't know how to tie knots very well.
Okay, how is Emerald acting at this point?
Normally if you tie somebody with a rope, they don't like it and they try and struggle, but he just lies down like a wet fish.
Fish!
He's like he starts flopping about like a beached, well, not like a beached whale, but like a landed fish.
Well,
as long as we can get him tied to something so he can't just leg it off again.
Just give me the rope first and then take the mirror from me, maybe.
Okay. I start staring at myself in the mirror.
DK.
I'm so pretty.
DK.
Sorry.
So at this point, Azaka returns. She's like breathing heavily and sweating a little bit, and he's like, I don't know where she's gone. I can't find her.
What happened? We ran after this bastard, but we've got him tied up now. What happened to Lily?
She sprinted in the other direction, and I lost her.
What the hell?
She's a fast one. It's probably something to do with the mist.
Didn't you breathe some of this mist, though?
I seem to be fine. I don't know why, but
do we need to tie you up just in case you're not going to fuck off into the jungle too?
Yeah, I'm going to try and tie Emerald up or do something.
Yeah. Okay. So Azaka helps you. I mean, there's trees around, so you could tie him to a tree, I suppose.
Yeah.
Emerald, this is for your own good. Just don't worry. We'll fix you somehow, I'm sure. But for now, we just need to secure you. It's all going to be okay. And then I turn to Dusk.
He ribbits at you like a frog.
I don't know if he's going to be okay at all. Maybe I've lost him. Do I speak frog?
He's not actually speaking the language anyway. He thinks he's a frog. So yeah, Azaka says to you, well, I guess we just have to wait. Hopefully it'll wear off and she'll come back.
Well, could we go and have a look? Or...
Well, I'm going to try something really dangerous. And Well, here's the thing. I have heard of some effects that wear off after after experiencing pain. Like it just deck him across the face again, or try to. Like, I mean, he's tied up.
Okay. Yeah, you strike him.
For one
make
damage.
make a swing, I guess, with advantage because he's tied up.
16.
Ooh. What's his AC? Let me have a look. 18. You miss.
Fuck.
Does he have a shield?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Sorry.
he head dodges to the side.
God damn it.
As he's tied up, then seeing this, could I literally just walk towards him and using my quill, just hold his hand and just like poke his finger with a quill, just to like a little pinprick?
Yeah, sure.
I do that then, just to try and make, just, you know, literally just a little pinprick to get a little bit of pain into him. Because I don't know how much pain is needed, if that's even a thing that would work on this.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to have much effect.
Well, shit.
Azaka says, well, maybe we just have to wait it out. Wait for his system to process it. Make sure that he doesn't get into a bad frame of mind during the night. You know, check in on him every now and then. Give him the mirror sometimes, maybe.
Well, I suppose if he starts getting upset or something, then we could give him the mirror to distract him. At least for now, he's secure. Lily! Just randomly looking in that direction, shouting for Lily, I guess.
So we maybe get a shot of night falling on the camp, and then we cut over to Lily, I guess, like sweating and shaking and hiding in a bush. Unless you, well, I think you wouldn't.
I think I would like set up my own camp, but like try to hide it.
Okay.
And if I I wouldn't sleep. Because I trance, right? I don't sleep.
Yeah.
So
you only have to rest for 4 hours.
Yeah. So I would probably still try to get my trance in, but then otherwise I would just be like keeping watch, and I'd set up my rain catcher too because I need water.
Okay. Make a Constitution save to see if you get a rest.
Okay, I probably won't then. Yay. No.
Nah, I'm afraid not. So it's a restless night. You can't even get the 4 hours of trance in. You're just like in a fearful, paranoid state of mind. But you're not like hallucinating. You're kind of it's a weird situation because you know like your emotions are different than they would naturally be, but your perception's kind of normal. You know where you are. It's just you're in a state of fear.
Yeah, I just can't help the fact that I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, I'm afraid, Lily, you don't recover any spell slots or HP or anything like that. But yeah, the night passes. Yeah, so it doesn't really matter. The night passes, and then the effect, you can feel it leaving you. You can feel your mind clearing as dawn rises in the jungle, as the cacophony of bird song greets your ears in the morning. That was just DK snoring.
Hey, shit, look who just turned up in chat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well. Oh boy, have we got some catching up for you.
This is an awkward situation, actually. It's an awkward situation.
It's kind of a good time to join, really, I suppose, if he's coming out of that stupor, potentially.
Yeah, they're both kind of recovering, for sure.
But RJ, let us know if you can join straight away or if you need to, I don't know, wake up or something. But yeah, we can always have a a break and fill you in a little bit or something like that. But for now, I guess we can just carry on.
Oh, well, it's not been that long, I guess. I was just going to say, do you want to have a break now and then do 2 more hours afterwards? Or
I mean,
well, he says he can hop in now, so potentially,
Okay,
I
cool,
guess,
cool.
just go for that, RJ, and we'll fill you in on screen.
Yeah.
On screen, in chat.
on screen.
On stream.
So let's focus on Lily then. So Dekek and Dusk are waking up after a lovely night's sleep. You know, maybe you were a bit worried about your friends, but you didn't have any problem resting. And then Lily, the effect clears.
Okay. Did it rain?
Let me have a look. It did. Yeah, similar level of rain to yesterday.
Okay.
So if you set the water catcher, I think you were in you had enough mental control to
I was just
wear it all.
afraid.
Yeah, so
But I was like, okay, I'm not gonna get caught. I need to make sure I can still survive in the jungle. But I was ready to abandon it if dusk came.
yeah. Okay, so you caught what was it, 8 gallons or something like that
Mm-hmm.
of water in the rain catcher?
All right, I fill up my water skins.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'm
and then what are you?
emptying mine.
Are you heading back to camp, Lily?
I guess I'd have to. Like, what else can I do? I mean, I wake up and was like, what happened? And I guess I break down my camp. I'm hesitating leaving the water though, because I don't want to dump it all out because that's good water. And I know nobody else has a rain catcher. But I don't want to leave it there and then it not be able to find my way back to it.
I think you can carry it.
With all the water in it?
Yeah, probably.
How
I
heavy is
mean,
that? It's like
I
gonna
mean-
How much is 8 gallons of how much does 8 gallons of water?
Astady, all right.
a wa-
Real quick, you have a sorcerer who has 60 pounds of fabric on his back. You can carry this shit.
Well, if a
let's
water
say that.
skin,
A gallon of water weighs 8 pounds.
well, it says in here a water skin which carries a gallon is weight of 5. So technically, surely it would be 40 then, or
plus
less
the water
without.
catcher.
Well, yeah, I suppose that could equate to the actual 8 water skins, maybe.
Let's see. So it wouldn't equate. Like the rain catcher is 5 pounds all on its own.
Okay. 45.
Yeah, that's still easily carryable by any adult.
Hello.
Hey, RJ.
Hey RJ.
So I wake up and I wake up.
Well done.
Did you catch any of what was happening to you? And
Absolutely not.
Perfect.
so
You're dead.
yesterday you
Perfect.
breathed in some blue mist, and it sent you insane. You were hallucinating for about 16 hours. You thought you were all sorts. You thought you were a bird at one point. You ribbited at the other two aggressively like a frog. You were trying to swim like a fish on land. And you're just recovering your senses this morning.
Yeah.
But
Also-
make a Constitution save to see if you got a rest. I'm not sure if there's any abilities that you needed to rest.
He doesn't.
I don't. Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't really matter. But
Oh, you did use your hex though. Your hexblade curse.
okay, so make a con.
Yeah, I'm pretty
save
sure that
then.
comes back on short rest. Let me check. I gotta pull
We
the
haven't
stuff.
taken a short rest.
We have.
Yeah.
Oh wait, has Jay not? Because he was tied up.
Well, we'll do a con save. To
Oh, I
see
see.
If
Sorry.
You,
Yeah.
If you got a wink.
I mean, we fought the snake, we had a rest, I think, and then that's the next day, so it's fine.
Oh yeah, that's true.
My roll 20 might have gotten hacked.
Oh yeah. It was the next day. That's true.
Do you want
What do
me
you
to
mean?
make this save for you then?
What do you mean your roll 20 got hacked?
It won't let me log in, and I'm getting a warning from my password checkup that roll20.net is no longer safe.
Oh shit.
So
Well,
Who would hack
Awesome.
your Roll20 account? Derek?
Some people do hack a
Read, Derek.
I changed him back to a cleric, a Cthulhu cleric. I hacked in and changed his character sheet.
You don't think it could be anything to do with? Well, no, it wouldn't be anything to do with you giving Astaney access to the sheet as well. Probably not.
No.
I doubt it.
Mm.
Well,
No.
see if you can.
I'm
see if you can
changing the
resolve that.
password.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
All
okay.
right.
We'll give you a moment, but it doesn't matter in that case. Snow was right that you fought the snake the day before, and then yesterday was the mist stuff. So actually, you got all your stuff.
But-
We've kind of gone slightly backwards, but yeah, we were walking into the jungle. We were decided which way to go, which is down the river,
Right.
and a giant snake came out. We fought it. No one took any damage. It kept trying to grapple Lily, unsuccessfully. We killed it.
Very unsuccessfully.
Yeah. We had a rest, and then the next morning we started heading along, and suddenly a big blue mist wafted in, and everyone apart from me and Dusk breathed a bit of it in, and then you all started acting weird. And at one point you ran off into the jungle, so me and Dusk chased after you, tried to knock you out, failed, then we just distracted you with a mirror and tied you up. And that's pretty much it.
You're tied
I mean,
up.
that sounds pretty restful.
Yeah, you're tied up to a tree, right?
Yeah. So, Immoral, you're now in possession of your senses, but maybe you need to convince your friends that you are before they'll untie you.
Friends, huh?
Huh. Oh yeah, we've also been ripping you to pieces because you haven't been here.
Yeah. Yeah.
You big gold bastard.
I tried to punch you twice. I failed.
Yeah, damn your AC.
Yeah, you were
Can't
dodging
even-
quite well,
can't
actually.
even- Can't
Surprisingly
even
well.
punch a guy tied to a tree.
Yeah, you were hallucinating. They tried to incapacitate you, and you just dodged all of it. You were dark rolling around.
I knew you guys were useless.
God damn it! Straight in with the sass.
Oh my god!
I figure the sass is the best way to make sure they realize I'm not hallucinating no more. You know.
So the big question then: Immoral wakes up and sasses you. Do you untie him?
I think we should just let him sit there for a while. What do you think?
I ask him, what do you
What?
think about me, Emerald? What are your impressions of me?
Strange bird man. Yeah.
I think
Sounds
he's
about
all
it.
right. I can't be certain, but you know, he didn't make a frog noise. I mean, that's
Shoots fireballs and shit. Strange bird man.
yes. It sounds like the old Emerald.
Well, I like walk over, just lean, and start like untying you, and I ask, "Well, what do you remember from last night?"
They're falling unconscious and me kicking you.
No, you
Oh.
have a big void in your memory, starting mid-afternoon until this morning.
Yeah, so I just like fill you in essentially what we told you. Except the fact that I tried to punch you, alright?
Yeah, it was all like we just tried to help you.
Well,
So Azaka comes up and is like, "Well, I suppose we better let him go, untie him, and get a move on."
At
If-
this point is
oh.
probably when I walk into camp holding the giant rain catcher.
Lily,
Yeah, sure.
where the hell did you go? Are you all right?
Lily.
Hello.
Hello.
Alright.
I've got water.
welcome
Anyone
welcome
needs it?
back.
Well, I'll
Where
always
the
have
hell
it.
did you go?
I hid in the bushes. You walked right by me, actually. I look a little bit embarrassed.
What were you hiding from?
My eyes kind of flicker over to dusk, and then I look away pretty quickly, and I don't answer.
Can I... Astaini, will you allow an insight check for that?
Insight versus deception, yes.
Awesome.
Go for it.
Let me close out Emerald Sheet.
Wait, why is this happening?
I'm trying to hide the fact that I was afraid of dusk.
But why were you afraid of dusk?
Because I breathed in the mist.
Oh yeah, and we found out it was Azaka called it poisonous monkey gas. No, mad monkey gas. So that's the only thing we know about it, and it's blue.
Yeah. Lily, may I talk to you for a second?
I don't want to talk about it, okay?
Are you sure?
I'm fine. Can we just get a move on?
But Lily, are you okay? Do you feel all right?
I mean, I'm back, aren't I?
Well, still, I'm just concerned.
Yeah, I turned back to like Emerald. All right, say whatever you were going to say.
I was gonna say, I feel better now. I feel a bit like an idiot, actually.
Well, so do I. I couldn't find you in that state you're in. You must be quite a talented hider.
I just kind of nod. I don't really say anything.
Well, I suggest we get a move on and try to never breathe that stuff again. What do you think?
That definitely sounds like a plan. Also, I kind of... Let's hope it doesn't come back, alright? We're gonna have to, like, look out and see how you behave in the next few days, alright?
I mean, if any of you ever feel something strange, then please don't hesitate to let us know. And Azaka, how have you? Did you say you've never breathed this stuff before? You've always managed to escape. It doesn't seem to have affected you.
No, I seem to have been able to fight it off this time. But yes, I've only seen it a few times before. Always managed to avoid breathing it. And I prefer to use that route next time as well.
Well, I pat my rain catcher. I say, there's about 6 gallons of water in here, so fill up your skins, boys. Let's get on the move.
Glug, 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 glug.
Everybody fills up their skins.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so what direction do you want to head today?
I think just... Hold on, where are we? There we are. Like,
Supposedly.
well, we hope we're there.
Zoom in. So probably, again, we want to go southeast towards the river, hopefully. I mean, we heard it, so we know we're close by.
Yeah, and it's not the whole hex is the river. Also, it's like a big area. It's 10 miles across.
Unless we went this way and we're hearing this river.
I mean, it would be perfect. But
so, you were navigating dusk with help from Lily. What's your?
I'm not helping anymore.
Oh
Okay.
God.
Azaka will help.
I was gonna say, I'm like, why do we have a guide that's not guiding us? Why are we picking the direction?
We found out that she's not very good at survival. She's more a fighter than a survivor.
She is a really good fighter, though. She's got 2 attacks.
Yep.
Well.
But yeah, that's not why we hired her. But we're not paying her, so whatever.
Awkward silence between Lily and Dusk aside. Yeah, just it's +2.
Okay. Okay. So an uneventful day. Uneventful in the sense that you're not pounced upon by leopards or dinosaurs or dragons. You make quite good progress, and yeah. What are you guys? Are you guys saying anything to each other, or are you having a stern, determined progress through the jungle? What sort of day's travel is it? What's the atmosphere with you guys like?
If I'm still keeping up the rear, struggling along a bit, I think I'd like to be like actively keeping more of an eye on the people affected than my surroundings. Like I'm probably losing a bit of focus on the jungle itself, and more interested in from behind again, keeping an eye on these crazy bastards to see if anything seems out of the ordinary, or if they're. I know I have only known them for a week or two. But if anything seems out of the ordinary from my limited knowledge, I guess is what I'm doing. Probably keeping. I'm always a bit wary anyway of anything kind of humanoid, I suppose. So now the trust I was beginning to build up on them is now weakened a little bit. So I'm a bit anxious.
Okay.
I'm probably hanging a bit more towards the back. So I'm probably more keeping pace with DCAC. Maybe I'm a bit in front of him. Keeping an eye on the jungle and stuff. I'm not very talkative today.
I might ribbit occasionally, but I'm probably somewhere near the front and just kind of walking. Besides my rivets, ribbit.
Yeah, that
Ribbit.
kind of sticks with you.
Also,
it's like a twitch that you have now.
Actually, I'm gonna make my Twitch to be bird noises. I'm just gonna whistle randomly. There we go.
What the hell did you call my
It's kind of
mother?
hard to make ribbit noises.
Also, DCAC, you probably noticed since you're keeping an eye on people and we're kind of close together that I look fucking exhausted. I didn't look like I got any rest last night.
Okay.
I don't look exhausted as a game mechanic,
Yeah.
but I look tired. How about that?
Less alerts than
Okay.
usual.
If you had to make an ability check, you think you could do it to your normal skill
Yeah,
level?
exactly. I look within my wits, but I'm haggard, and if I have another restless night, then it will probably start to affect my ability to do things.
And how about Dusk?
I'm kind of like just walking and navigating with Azaka, and I'm just like, so where are you? Well, you were born in the jungle, but like, where exactly, actually?
If you followed the river Tiriki on this side down for another 40, 45 miles or so, and then went 25 miles to the west. But there's no settlement there or anything like that. It's just, well, my parents, they told me it was around there somewhere. But like I said, we always roamed. Never spent too long in one place.
Well, I kind of don't know what to say now, so I just stay silent.
And
do
you,
the-
she says, and you, what's your past? What brings you to Chult?
Well, see, and I'm a trader at heart, but I have angered the wrong people, and well, it seemed like a good opportunity. Plus, I have heard of spices and exotic wares that I could maybe bring back from here eventually.
Yes, you didn't hear wrong. Many before have come in search of these things. Keep an eye out. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for.
Yeah, well.
I would ask you, though, some take our heritage from Chult, ancient artifacts from times past, old kings, old religious idols, and sell them like they were a piece of jewelry. I'd hope you'd have a little more class than that.
Well, the way I see it, it's, well, it is an object of value, that's for sure, but I'm not sure actually. I've never dealt with such valuable things before.
Just do me a favor. If you find some Chultan religious artifact, sell it to a Chultan, not to someone from the mainland. Just so that
Well,
it gets back into the right hands.
I understand.
Could do a persuasion check, maybe, or
No, I think that's fine. Like, sure. I mean, I'm not. Or do you want me to like commit to yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do?
No.
Yeah, then sure. Well, I understand that's an important thing for you coming from this place. Well,
She nods solemnly.
what kind of what artifacts have you heard of actually? Because I tend to find that stories about magical objects tell a lot about a culture.
I don't know about magical objects, but religious. A long time ago, Chult had its own deity who looked after the well-being. This was long before my lifetime. It was, so I hear, so the stories go, a more peaceful place, even more less dangerous. Settlements, cities, kings, and some of these artifacts still remain. Our god Uptau. These from hundreds of years ago, some of these artifacts can still be found.
Can you put the name of the god in chat, please?
She pauses to type for a moment.
Thanks. uh,
I'm not very religious myself, but anyway, these things, they're a piece of the history of Chult, and...
what happened to Oaktown? Actually, well, we all know gods are actually real, but sometimes they disappear, and I've never heard why.
I'm going to make a check on her behalf to see if she's heard this. What is religion? Wisdom, intelligence?
Intelligence.
Intelligence, thank you.
It's like knowledge. All right.
I don't know. I just heard that there was a god before, and times were better, and now everything's shit. And she kind of grins at you. You know.
Must have been something back in the day. I can't imagine this place without, well, giant snakes and weird mists and jungle. I mean, the jungle probably was there still, but
Exactly. Without everything around you trying to kill you, it just wouldn't feel like home.
if where did the dinosaurs come from? Were they there before, or you know?
They've always been here, native
Huh?
to Chult.
Huh?
I never get tired of seeing the look in a foreigner's eyes the first time they see a dinosaur.
Well, uh, as I said in the city, well, you weren't there, but I've never seen a horse similar to a dinosaur, so that was quite a surprise. Mm.
So, afternoon turns to early evening, and you locate the river. You come over the brow of a small hill, chopping foliage as you go, and you see it in front of you. It's fairly wide. It's sort of 45, 50 feet across, although the flow isn't particularly strong. It's kind of, it's slow moving water that's got lots of like fallen off branches and vegetation in it and so on. And are you guys making camp?
For sure.
So do you keep watches? Do you take turns? Does everybody
For no particular reason?
I'm just curious.
I
Yeah,
think
for
we would
sure.
do a watch. Yeah. Watch
Yeah,
rotation.
It makes sense.
I mean, maybe we can do like a dusk Asaka first watch, perhaps. Question for the group. How many watches do we need to keep? Like,
I mean, half our group doesn't even need to truly sleep.
Yeah, but when we're trancing, we're not really aware of what's going on.
Yeah, but we only need half the time to trance as well.
True. So technically, we could have like Emerald take the first watch, I could take second watch, and we just trade off, and then you guys can do your watch rotations how you want. Because having two people on watch is not a bad idea.
Makes sense.
Yeah. How about we get the elves to do that, and then we split the others into 3, essentially.
I whistle at the bird.
Hmm?
It's like this weird habit that Immoral seems to have picked up from his drug trip yesterday.
You know, I don't understand what you're saying. Nope.
I'd like to think. Which languages do you speak, DK?
I speak Aarakocra, Auran, Common, Draconic, and Orc.
So
many.
bloody hell. Crikey. I'd like to think, well, it's up to you. I'd like to think that the whistles just mean something random in Aarakocran.
Penis.
Like bus, yes.
Bus. What is this bus which you speak?
There's definitely buses in this
What are
world. Yes.
buses?
Wooden buses drawn by dinosaurs. That's my if I blunder into saying something that doesn't work and is like modern, like with the umbrella, for example, I'm just like, well, it's made of wood actually. It's magical. So
well, yeah. So I suppose to me
Oh,
it does sound like
artifact
he's got a
means.
very mild form of Tourette's or something, and he just keeps saying random words out loud. So occasionally, maybe I'll smirk at something, but I won't give him the benefit of knowing that I can understand at the moment.
No.
Okay, so the watches of Immoral and Lily pass without event, and then they go on doing their weird trance thing.
Wait, no, you got it wrong.
What was the order?
Emerald is taking the first 4 hours. I'm taking the last 4 hours.
Oh, I see. You're covering the whole.
And then the
8
other
hours.
3 are we're doing a double shift type thing.
Oh, so the others just sleep 8 hours.
No, they're also gonna keep watch. They're gonna do a rotation.
Okay, I am going to say I take the last shift from the normal people, like among the normal people.
So that
Yeah.
what's the third watch? So Lily will be up then for
Yeah.
the second half, and then who's the other?
I guess Dusk
Oh,
then if he's taking the last.
I just said that, so
Yeah.
I guess it's me.
I thought you said last, second to
Yeah.
last.
Well, last as if they're doubling up, so it'll be Dusk and Lily awake at the end.
No, because he's saying that it's
On an 8-hour rest, who's awake
Yeah.
between hours 5 and 6?
Dusk and Lily.
Oh. Okay.
You said you wanted to
I
go
mean-
last.
Yeah,
But
that's second last.
Lily and Emerald are awake for the first half and the second half,
Okay.
respectively.
Here's the issue. All right? Here's the issue. Derek is doing the shifts in 2 hours, right? And they're
Yeah.
2 hour steps. And we have 3 people that we want to distribute among 8 hours.
Yeah, 8
Well, yeah,
doesn't
but
divide.
we're crossing over, right? So how much? Either way, we're all going to get enough of a rest. It's just what order.
Yeah, so
Actually, I think technically you need 6 hours of sleep.
I mean, then you're alone, I guess.
That's fine. I'll wake y'all up.
Okay, so Lily is on watch. Can you make a perception check?
I can certainly try, but with how my rolls have been, we'll see. Hey,
Nice.
Oh, damn.
That was a
Okay.
22.
So you notice at some point during your watch that Azaka has disappeared,
Oh shit.
and then a little while later you notice her trying to sneak back into the camp, hoping not to alert anybody.
I think when she comes back in, I'm just holding eye contact with her.
Okay. Yeah, so she
I
won't
don't-
say
I don't
anything
like-
to you unless you do to her. But
Depends on what she does. What I like
she's
just watch her walk back into camp.
yeah, so she's panting and like sweating a little bit, but then yeah, she just, other than that, she's just coming back into the camp and going back to bed.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to her and I'm gonna say, "Is everything all right? You look a bit like shit."
Oh well, I don't sleep very well. Some things just never really go away. Sometimes I need to take a walk, you know.
Insight check.
Okay, sure.
21.
Um,
I don't know if she's being deceptive or not, but
yeah, something's up. She's not telling you absolutely everything.
so if I understand it, we gotta trust each other if we want to survive out here. You're not being honest with me.
What does it matter? You can trust me in a fight, all right? It doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. I just need a moment every now and then. And I don't need you watching me every moment of the day.
I'm not watching you every moment of the day, I'm watching the camp.
Yeah, well, why don't you watch it for dinosaurs and snakes and get off my back?
We're out here because we're trying to help you. You don't need to get so aggressive.
She just kind of growls at you a little bit and then gets into bed. Angrily gets into bed and kind of turns away.
I want to get out my lute and play a song.
That's the last thing I expected you to say. I really didn't see that one coming.
I sit down on her, like I cross my legs. I'm not like right next to her, but I'm kind of nearby, and I pull out my lute from my bag, and I'm gonna try. I'm gonna use my lute proficiency. I think. Can I do that, or do I have to make a performance check?
I think that's the proficiency in the instrument. I think that's what that does. It makes sense. You can click on the thing, can't you, on the instrument itself?
Yeah, I just have it querying, so I guess it's a charisma.
Yeah, with proficiency, if you're proficient in the instrument.
Yeah.
Whew, 23.
I'm trying to do this to kind of like win her over, like saying like I'm not an asshole. If you just need some chill, here's some chill music. Hopefully this will help calm you down. But I play quietly. I don't want to like draw a ton of attention to us, but you know, I think I got my point across what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
I suppose you know that
Absolutely.
it's nearly the end of the night as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you play some beautiful
It's probably
elven
yeah, it's
music, or
probably a
what's-
song that I learned in Evermeet. Yeah.
Okay. Well, should we take a break there, maybe, as the relaxing elven music echoes through the jungle?
Like the thing I thought of is somehow on a lute you managed to do like to play the sad violin music.
You played Despacito perfectly.
Oh, Sandstorm! How about that?
We're not going to
All
have
right,
any.
yeah, let's take maybe
peach
10 minutes or
D&Ds.
something.
All right.
Sure.
Alrighty.
All right.
See you in about 10 minutes then.
All right.
8. Bye.
Bye.